Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know what day it is? It is Wednesday, first of all. You know what time it is? It's 9 o'clock, although it's a little past 9, okay? Had a little bit of a late start, but I'm here regardless, and you guys are here with me. It's good to see you guys in the chat. It looks like we got quite a crowd tonight. Tonight's going to be a great night. Listen, last time I talked to you guys was a week ago. A full week. I mean, it's been a lonely week without you guys. But since then, I told you I wouldn't be able to see you until tonight, which would be after the release of my debut rock single. So, what'd you guys think? What'd you guys think of Rock Hero? Did it change the world or what? You know, it's still getting out there too. It's only got a few thousand views right now, but I'm telling you, I'm super proud of it. I am so stoked on the love that I'm getting from you guys about it, and I think it's pretty freaking sick to see all the positive feedback and just everybody loving it. And man, it's been a long time coming. I tell you, that song has been in the process for you have no idea how long. It's been a long time. How's everything looking on the stream? Is it running smooth? You can hear me all right? Just want to make sure this is the greatest stream of your life, so I want to make sure I'm doing it right. What's up, Rhonda? What's up, Connor? Desire, Michelle, Oscar, Bill Chavez. I love saying your name every time. Scylla, Jonathan, It's Just Kiki, Sarah, Barbara, Daniel, Farah, Amanda, Joe, the cable guy, JS Productions, Atomic Punk, Daniel. I already said Daniel, but you know what? I'll say him twice because Daniel rocks, okay? There's a lot of people in the chat. I'm excited to get this going. It's Just Kiki says everything looks smooth. Well, if It's Just Kiki says that, then we're ready to rock tonight. Hope everybody's doing a fantastic night. I can't speak tonight. I can't speak any night. When can I speak, honestly? Listen, I hope everybody's having a great night. Vapor Vice, good to see you in the chat, buddy. Rhonda, I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking. Listen, it's going to be a great night. Tonight, as you see by the title of the video, I'm going live with some of the crew members of Rock Hero music video shoot, and we're just gonna walk through, honestly, like from start to finish, just what the process was like. I'm gonna answer a few questions that I got on my post earlier that I did on YouTube, and I posted on Instagram my story for you guys to type in some questions. And if it's not too busy on chat, maybe if you have a question on screen, maybe I'll have time to read it and we can, go from there. But let's if you do ask a question on stream, hopefully I can catch it. But make it like once the crew rolls around, it's not going to be the focus is not going to be as much about the music side of things, but it's going to be more about the production of the music video, like behind the scenes, set design, shooting, locations, actors, acting, behind the scenes, just everything involved on the actual shoot. So those are the questions that I'm kind of looking for once we get those guys in the chat.
Donated $4.
Crown Renee!
The Crown Renee has donated $4.
Oh boy. Crown Renee has already started this chat with oodles of noodles. Guys, welcome Crown Renee with some oodles oodles. Some noodles emojis. We gotta welcome her and make sure she feels that she is welcomed. Because Crown Renee has started this live stream off right. And it's gonna be a good night. I'm not sure why it just read it twice though. That's what kind of threw me off a little bit. Let me make sure. Yeah, Crown Renee always flexing that wallet. I tell you, she's the GOAT, the greatest of all time, as the kids call it these days in 2025. All right, guys. So here at they're gonna join us at like 9:45, so we have like 30 minutes to catch up. You guys can ask me any questions you want about the music video. I might talk about it here in a second, but let me figure out why I just read it twice. Maybe we're just gonna have to just go with it. Oh, I think I know.
New subscriber.
Thanks for subscribing, Ash Corona. Guys, if you want your name on screen, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and smash the living heck out of that like button, because that will promote this stream. After we are all said and done, it'll push it out there into the interwebs of the world and allow rock music to be revived and bring back the 80s. Thanks to you smashing that like button, okay? So I want you to do me a favor and just, with all your might, boom, take it out, baby. Or I'll find you. Opinion on fat raccoons. What? What did I just read? Fat raccoons? Honestly, I've never seen a fat raccoon, because they're always kind of skinny, like digging into trash cans, like desperate for food. You really like my bass in the background. You're a 5-string bass player. I respect that. I'm definitely not a 5-string bass player. I don't like playing 5 strings, but listen, it's not for everybody, but it is for you. But thank you. Yeah, I got my red bass, and then I got my black one to the right of it. Then a couple guitars. Avalanche, thanks for the follow over on Twitch. Guys, I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube currently, so you pick your platform. It's the same exact stream, you know. It's still me on both platforms. I didn't hire an AI robot to be on one. Most people are hanging out here on YouTube, but trying to build up the Twitch stream as well. But we're rocking and rolling on both. It doesn't matter to me as long as you guys are here and partying. That's the main. That's the main goal. Every night we party. Rock now, rock the night. You guys know that song? I know you know that song. Let me just double check. Why am I not getting... Okay. All right. I'm not getting chat to show up on screen, so I'm missing a lot of chat. So hold on. Crown Renee, another donation. I just missed it. But hold on. I'm getting back to it. Yeah, I don't know why chat's not... Oh, you know what? I do know why now. I do know why now. Ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Work with me. Work with me. Okay, I think we're... Oh, shoot. I had it back for a second. Then I... Not starting off strong, ladies and gentlemen. But we will finish strong, that's for sure. We will finish strong. Okay, let me catch back up. We got it working again. Sorry about that. All right. Let me scroll up in chat. Barbara, that's a great question. The hardest scene to film. We will get to that. Ask that again once the crew gets in here. But yeah, there's a few points I want to touch on that. Crown Renee, thank you. Going back 3 hours ago, thank you for the $2 donation. Crown Renee is bringing the heat already with the pear, the dancing pear or the blushing pear, whatever that is. Crown Renee, are you at work right now, or are you like, you know, on the floor? Like, what are you up to these days? These days meaning like this minute. What video games am I playing? Dude, I haven't played a video game in so long. I've been so busy working on music and stuff, but I really want to get back into it. I really want to get back into playing the games. All right, hold on one second. Okay. But yes, okay. Sorry, I'm working on some technical difficulties. But anyways, yes, it was a super awesome shoot. Cindy, shouldn't you be sleeping?
3.00.
Cindy, thank you very much. Oh, you know what I was going to do? I forgot what I was going to do. That's why. I'm like scrambling right now. All right. That's why. Okay. I'm going to do that. And then I was going to do this. And then, Cindy, thank you so much for the donation. You rock. That's one of my fellow Patreon supporters right there. She's awesome. Just had an intro with her the other day. We talked rock and roll. She literally got a tattoo of my red bass guitar on her arm. She's dedicated. Okay. What was my inspiration for this video? Honestly, I had a lot of inspirations. I just love the old, like, comic book era, superhero stuff. Of course, 80s, blending the 80s into the comic book era stuff. I really wanted it to almost feel like you're watching a live comic book. That's what I kind of had in mind, my vision. And, but the inspiration for the video, yeah, it was just like, honestly, I really wanted to send a message. I really wanted to revive the 80s and rock and roll, and I really wanted to do that in a way that is, one, unique, but also speaks to a wide audience and is relatable to a lot of people. I mean, it's like, you know, you watch everybody knows who Batman is, everybody knows who Superman is, and those guys are You're off work. Okay, good. Crown Renee, thank you for the $2 donation. Well, you were obviously making bank tonight for being off work because you were the MVP. But I wanted to be a staple and an icon and save rock and roll, and then it got me started. It got me started to think. I can't speak. It made me start to think that you know, what is the ultimate symbol for saving something? Well, it's a superhero. You know, a superhero can save the world, and I started thinking, well, this world is kind of in not great shape at the time, and you know, I think you know, the 80s, it was just so much better back then, so I want to save the world and bring it back to its roots, back to the 80s. And what better way than to do that than to use a superhero character to do that. And so that's what I did. I was like, all right, let's develop a superhero, and my message to the world for my first debut rock single is going to be about saving rock and roll and bringing back the 80s. So that, I mean, that's, a lot of people are asking, did I write the song after I wrote the video script? And yeah, absolutely. I wrote the video and I had the vision in mind. I didn't have it shot for shot yet or anything like that, but I had the video in mind before I even wrote the lyrics. I knew that I wanted to be on rooftops, fighting crime, in the darkness, rising up from the streets, fighting in the shadows. I knew that was the vision, and so I wrote the lyrics based on saving the world with rock and roll. And so that drove the song itself. Now, the melody and the instrumental of everything kind of came, I would say it came first. Thank you, Crown Renee. I can't even say your name. Thanks for the $10 donation, Crown Renee. Thank you very much. Off work, it's an off night. It's a great night, Crown Renee. You are relaxed. Just grab some popcorn while you're at it. Put me up on the big screen. AKA probably your phone, because that's what people watch streams on these days for some reason. But that's okay, because I'm guilty of that too. But if you do have a flat screen epic tube TV like that one in the back, then use that. Carlitos! Dude, thank you so much for the donation, man. You said it yourself, brother. I am working on music. That's all I can say right now. But you better believe, based on the overwhelming support that I've had with Rock Hero, everybody seems to love it. So it incentivizes me to continue to make music and continue to put work out there. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to stop anytime soon. So that's the plan, guys. I really plan to really just turn it on this year and really crank out some really cool music that a lot of people might enjoy, like yourself. So I'm super excited. Thank you so much for the love and support on this last release, because I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this one, man. Literally, I started writing this song probably 2 years ago. It's like 2 years in the making, and I mean, it's a whole movement. Like the whole movement. Again, going back to the superhero symbol. I had that in mind when I was writing this song. Have I seen a picture of someone? Wait, what? Hold on. Let's back up 1 second. What? I'm getting overloaded here. Listen, the push-up challenge is behind us, all right? I'm not doing push-ups for these. I don't care what you guys are saying, all right? Atomic Punk, Amanda, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for the $20 donation. That means a lot. A fellow bass player, a rock and roller, bringing back the 80s as well. So shout out to Atomic Punk 5150. She rocks. Thank you very much. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. Guys, by the way, donations are optional. I'm doing this because I love to do it, but it just makes everybody happy. It makes everybody in the chat excited, and everybody lifts each other up, which is awesome. So as soon as somebody donates something, just like literally just throw her a bunch of emojis and support and excitement. But okay, Crown Renee, you have a screen TV. That's good. So it feels good, honestly, to be on your wall right now. I feel like really powerful. And I'm excited to be on the flat screen. We didn't have flat screens back in my day. I should say the current day, because we live in the 80s here on this channel. But anyways, Amanda Dempsey, thank you for the $4.99. I appreciate that. Give me the rock. Give Amanda some rock symbols in the chat. Let's see it, baby. Throw up the horns if you like rock and roll. That's for sure. And Ava, I'm not sure I understand your question. Have you seen a picture someone took you liked? I'm not sure I understand that question, but thank you for the donation. If you want to further explain, I will try to answer at the best of my ability. But I have seen a picture that somebody took of me that I liked. Like, if that's your question, the answer is yes. But that's rare, Sometimes, like, they take it and it's like my bad angle. And it's like I got 3 chins and stuff. So it doesn't always work out the way I want it to. But listen, I'm excited. We're about to, in about 8 minutes, okay? 8 minutes at 9:45, we're going to roll in the greatest crew of all time. the crew that happened to shoot my music video, Rock Hero. And we're going to be joined with a little Q&A and just kind of talking, just hanging out, talking about the project, really just going through the process of, start to finish of what we did. So I'm excited to get everybody's thoughts and just hang out with these guys because I haven't seen them since since we shot the last scene, which was actually the very last scene was, I shouldn't say scene, but the very last shots we did was the very last shot in the music video, actually, where I'm looking out into the street poster that says Rock Hero is back, Rock Hero rules. And that was the very last shot. That was the martini shot, as they call it. Anyways, so I haven't seen him since then, so I'm excited to get back on and share our thoughts, since the release. Because
He has donated $5.
Crown Renee. Josh is our DP. Welcome, Josh, to the chat, everybody. Yes, it has been a second, Josh. I miss you guys. Crown Renee, thank you so much for the... What kind of emoji is that? I can't even, my mind can't even process these emojis anymore. It's crazy. Oh, these are hippos. Sorry. I had to pull it up on the big screen. It was so tiny on the little chat that I have. Crown Renee, always bringing the hippos to the party. I love it. Let's see some hippos in the chat, everybody, please. Let's just spam the hippos because here after a while, we're definitely going to have to play some Noodles on My Back hippo song. In fact... You know what? Let me just pull it up for later because we're going to have to whip that out at some point. Wait, you know what? How about this? How about I just blast it right here? You guys ready for this?
I'm a hippopotamus and I like to hop, and I also like to drink soda pop. But there's one thing that I do like most, and I sing about it everywhere, coast to coast.
If you sing it, sing along.
I'm a hippopotamus and like a noodles on my back, noodles on my back, noodles on my back. I'm a hippopotamus and like a noodles on my back, noodles on my back, noodles on my back.
Spam the hippos, baby. We need it.
Noodles on my back, noodles on my back, noodles on my back.
This is so 80s.
Noodles on my back, noodles on my back, noodles on my back.
Ladies and gentlemen, that might be the greatest song I've ever heard. That tops Rock Hero, like, times 10. I'm telling you. Such a great tune. But yeah, anyways, hippo noodles, definitely an illegal... Who's talking about hippo noodles? Is that even a thing? That's cruel, man. Hippos are our friends. Hippos are the GOAT. I mean, literally, hippos define the streams here on my YouTube channel at this point. Like, there's no yeah. Need to remove the spam links. Dude, do I look like a guy that knows how to do that? No, Salute Filter, you are correct. I need to work on that. Listen, I'm trying to build up my Twitch streams too. Okay, it's like my 4th stream on Twitch, so but yes, we learn as life goes on. That's a good song too, by the way. Who knows that song? Poison, Life Goes On. But yeah, okay. Brazil. Greetings, Fernandez. Welcome to the stream, dude. We're about to get rocking and rolling with Saturn Hex Media, a.k.a. The crew behind Rock Hero. And it's going to be a freaking rock and roll and chat. We're going to hang out. We're going to have some fun. So if you're out there and just hanging out and having a good time, I want you to drop, you know what? Drop me a sunglasses emoji.
New subscriber.
If you're having a good time tonight, drop some sunglasses in the chat. I want to see them, baby, because we wear our sunglasses at night, okay? That's what we do, all right? Thanks for the subscriptions, guys. Okay, that's all I'm gonna play before I get copyrighted stricken down. Jair, great work on the vid, bro. Dude, thank you so much, dude. I'm super stoked about it, and it turned out super awesome. Blew my expectations out of the water. Splon, welcome, dude. Dallas, North Carolina. Okay, sick. I love Splon. Splon makes some awesome amplification and great guitars and great basses. But, okay, Rikki, is your main villain Taylor Swift? Maybe. Okay, next question. Rikki, can you tell me how you got those
The
six
Crown
sounding rock
Rini has
guitars?
donated $2 and says I wear my sunglasses at night.
That's right, Crown Rini. You know what I'm talking about, baby. You know what I'm talking about. It's all about the sunglasses, because if you wore them in the day, it's just not as cool. And it's all about coolness here on the stream. Yeah, Jair, dude, I have to stream like 2 more times in this month to get affiliated, so we're almost there, dude. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of desire. It's just a matter of want. Do I want it? Well, I'll tell you this, Jair. I want it. I want it, baby. All right, let's bring in the wonderful crew, and let's talk about Rock Hero. If you guys are excited about it, then I don't know, just sit there and watch, I guess. I don't know. All right, let's bring them in. Let's bring them in.
I don't know. None of us know. We're gonna find out.
He's gonna ask us questions, I think, and just chit chat with us.
Okay, we're going on.
But it's still mostly him run.
Hopefully.
Yes. And also, Josh, looking at you, Rikki.
Yes, Rikki.
Yeah.
Oh, yo! Here we are! Here we are. Oh, gosh. There's a stream delay. Hey, y'all. Let me mute the actual stream, because I'm hearing our conversation from, like, 40 seconds ago.
Let me pull y'all up.
Everyone tonight. Yo, Rikki, unmute yourself in the Discord chat so I can actually hear you.
I'm getting to it.
Because I have to mute the stream because it's too far behind.
Okay.
Yeah, there you are.
Now.
Hey, Rikki.
Oh, okay. So you can see me at my my other angle. I look. I thought I wait. Hold on.
Secret angle.
I know. Wait.
Oh gosh. Okay. You can see my lovely background. Not quite as cool as Rikki's background.
This is like stream inception right now.
You guys have a background?
Yeah, we have backgrounds.
We have faces, Brian.
Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. Give me a second.
Rikki.
Give me a second. I'm setting up my camera for you guys to enjoy the professionalism on Discord, but I don't know if I can. Maybe I can't. Maybe it's not possible.
I have the stream pulled up, so I see your stream cam.
Your
it's
stream
good.
cam.
It looks
Okay.
real nice.
All right, we'll just rock with that. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Hold on. Okay, so y'all can see me on stream, so you don't need that. All right, let me pull y'all up. Get your pretty faces on stream here, and yeah.
Chat here.
Move that out of the way a little bit so Scout can be front and center in all her glory and fame. Guys, what's up? Can you hear me all right and everything smooth and everything?
Yes,
Yeah, man.
sir.
Amazing.
Hey.
Dude, welcome to the stream. First of all,
Don't worry about the technical difficulties.
I know,
We're
dude.
doing our best.
Literally every stream, there's always something. Like I had to start like 5 minutes late today because I was getting it all pulled up and everything. But anyways, regardless of the fact, we're here. I haven't seen y'all since literally I was just talking to the crew like since that last day of shooting. So it's good to see you guys.
Yeah,
you too, man.
it's been a busy couple months. I mean, y'all, I'm sure Rikki will tell you the stories one day, but we've been going through rounds of edits to get it done with all the rest. All of us, work full-time jobs. We have worked with Rikki before.
I got a
and
new
was-
job.
Yeah, Brian got a new job over the course of the production. Of
I was
this.
about to say, wasn't it like during the shoot you got like a whole different job?
He can tell that story here in a second. Brian handled our locations logistics here for this, and there's some stories there. But I guess let's introduce ourselves. I'm Josh. I'm the director of photography here. One of the main members here for Saturn Hex Media. Over here we've got Justin.
What's
I'll let him introduce himself.
I shoot and edit, and I help Josh edit a little bit on this.
And then we've got Scout over here.
Hey guys, I'm Scout. For this, I was kind of just a PA, but also did a lot with the costume design and fabrication.
Yeah, okay. She's downplaying. She like sewed that costume into existence. So if you guys enjoyed the costume, give a little hell yeah Scout in the chat. And then down below we got Brian and Christina on one not video feed.
Hi, I'm Brian. I shoot and edit. I did neither of those for this. I was just kind of an assistant to Justin for the most part, and I provided the sort of main location on the rooftop.
And then I'm Christina. I did the hand-drawn animation for the effects.
Amazing. It's so good everybody's here. I know we're missing a couple people because they couldn't make it, but at least we got the majority. You know, it's a small crew, but like we tackled so much with the limited hands and you know, just the limited resources. Really, I mean, I was blown out of the way. I mean, all I had to do was get in front of the camera and fix my hair, and that's, you know, I was good. We'll get into it later, but Scout was like constantly like fixing my cape on the back of my shoulder and stuff. There was a lot going on for sure, but we'll get into that. I know we have a few questions that people sent in and stuff, but I'm stoked all you guys could make it and just kind of talk through, because, you know, like there was so much work. I don't think anybody's going to ever realize the amount of work that we all put into this, just from day one.
Crown Rini has donated $3.
Crown Rini, thanks for the donation. I appreciate that. But from day one, we I think it was like back in maybe July when I reached out to y'all.
Yeah, it was a long process because we had quite a few months before we could even start production on it, let alone the editing cycle. So it's been a long time coming on this.
Yeah, definitely. And I remember I said something. I reached out to you, Josh, and I was like, actually, in fact, I had an old email from you guys that I don't think y'all were using. It might have been like a casting email or something, and y'all, apparently y'all weren't checking or using it and stuff. So like, you know, a couple weeks go by, I send you guys an email, and a couple weeks go by, I'm like, well, I guess they just don't want to do it. And so, but I was like, let me just try to find Josh's Instagram. And sure enough, you shot back like immediately. It was like, dude, yeah, like I'm totally interested. Let's like sit and talk about it and see what you have in store. And then we met at some restaurant like a week or two later and just talked about the project. All you guys showed up, and I thought it was gonna be just Josh, but like the whole crew showed up, like, and we talked about it, and y'all were like so down from the beginning. I just told you about it. It was like, okay, this is gonna be. It's not even like a music video. It's more so a short film than a music video. There's very little performance. The only performance shot was the bass solo at the end. That was the only performance shot. But y'all were down from the get-go, and I was like, dude, this is my vision. Bear with me, but this is gonna be a superhero short film about fighting crime on rooftops and standing amongst the shadows, and y'all were so super excited about it the whole time. And then after the whole conversation, we went out to my car, and then I showed you all the song, and you were like, all right, yeah, let's do it.
I remember that Chipotle burrito well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was the greatest
Listen,
burrito of my life.
I was like, Rikki doesn't want to tell people that we were just hanging out at the Chipotle talking about music videos.
Yeah, well, the secret is out now. Hey, Chipotle's pretty good.
I remember when I wasn't there for that initial talk, but I remember Brian and Scout and I think Josh too, like coming back to me and being like, holy crap, dude, you don't know how good this song is. They were really excited
Wow.
to get started.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
It was
no,
stuck in
it's,
my head immediately. Like that same day, I was like, okay.
no, we heard it and we were like, this has got to be something we work on. You know, like
Wow.
we need to make it work because this is awesome.
I'm
The
honored.
imposter syndrome hit hard.
Well, yeah, I remember. Let's see. Yeah, I think it was like right after the song. Justin was like, "Dude, like this would be in my playlist at the gym. Like this is just something I've heard like already." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's when I started like thinking. I'm like, okay, this could actually be pretty good because no one has heard that song at that point in time except for like two people, like my parents and like a best friend. So it's like nobody has heard that song. So like once I started showing one person at a time here and there and everybody's like talking big about it, I'm like, okay, this is actually going to be a pretty good exciting project. So anyways, I was super excited about it. I was super stoked that you guys were excited about it because that's what made everything just so much better. Because it's one thing to have a crappy song to shoot a video for that nobody's really passionate about it, but you guys all were like super just like all for it, and that meant a lot, and that made the process just so much better.
I mean, the minute you pitched the idea, I think we all thought, oh, this is going to be a fun project. Like Josh said, we all have jobs that are either in production or related to production, but a lot of it's not like super fun stuff. So we always love the chance to do, something big, and we knew this was going to be a great time. Plus, we've loved working with you before, so we knew it was going to be good.
And Barbara, we do see your question. I'm sure we'll get to that pretty quick once we get to the QA section.
Yep. Yeah, we're going to get to the Q&A maybe after. What I was thinking is maybe we just kind of run through. There's really no script for this stream. It's just kind of running through and maybe just chronologically, because we might tackle a lot of people's questions anyways by just talking about it. But I'm thinking maybe just chronologically, just step by step what we went through and on the shoot, and if anybody has a comment or wants to say anything about a specific day. But I'd like to know your like what went on in your heads. That's kind of what I want to know, and I think a lot of people are on the same page. Like as the crew, as the production team, like what was going on in your heads when we were shooting this, and we can get into specific days here in a second. But I don't know. Does that sound like a plan to y'all?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian, go for it.
Yep.
Anxiety. That's what was going through my head 90% of the time. Because let me tell you, get your permits, kids. Get your permits.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know we said Barbara will answer you later, but we're going to just answer you now. The hardest scene to film was the first fight scene in that alleyway. That was such a cool location we had access to. Brian's then boss at the time, had an apartment in that building, so we had permission to be there and everything. But, we were filming the scene. We had maybe like half of it filmed. And a cop pulls up and he's like, yo, you guys got to get the hell out of here. And I was like, okay, yes, we'll pack up. We'll get out of here. I guess we'll film this fight scene on the roof too. We were just going to make it work. And then Rikki actually, like the cop walks away and Rikki is like, you guys, I got this. And he just walks over to the cop.
Full
the
costume
rest of us
and
are just
everything.
packing up equipment.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he's in the superhero outfit. And I don't know what this man said, but the cop came back and he's like, you guys better not be here when I drive around next time. And so we got an extra like 2 hours we
subscriber.
shouldn't have, just because, I don't know, Rikki has a magic tongue or something.
Well, I think he got a little scared when I walked up to him in the whole costume and everything. That was probably like, it was either that he was just like, okay, whatever, you guys just knock out what you need to knock out and then get out of here. But like, that was definitely the hardest day, and a lot of, I mean, Brian hit it on the head, a lot of anxiety that day, because it was just like, we're just kind of crossing our fingers the whole night, hoping that we won't get shut down or told to leave. Although Brian had, permission to be there, it was just like, it's still the city, and it's like, it's tough to do things like that. But no, I don't think we even started rolling yet. I think we got there. I think
Oh, you're right.
I think maybe apparently the cop talked to maybe Brian initially and was like, hey, you guys can't be here with all, because we had those posters on the walls and stuff, and I think that was the main concern, just like leaving it a mess and stuff. He was afraid that it would just be left a mess, and so he gave like Brian a warning, which I didn't hear the warning, and that was kind of my excuse. When I talked to the cop, I was like, oh, I had no idea you came by here earlier, so I was like, I'm so sorry. And honestly, all I said was, like, if we can't, and keep in mind, I'm head to toe in my full costume and stuff, so it's just kind of ridiculous. But I just walk up
and everything,
and I'm like, yeah, I'm just like, I walk up and he's probably getting nervous. Like I wonder what was going on in his head when I was approaching his vehicle. But I was like, just walking around, cape just flowing behind me, and I just say, "You gonna shut us down, sir?" And he just looks at me. He's like, "What are you doing here? Like, what are y'all up to?" And I'm like, so. I'm just releasing my debut. We're shooting my debut music video, and I'm just a starving artist, and I'm just hoping to shoot a quick scene here and be done. And he was like, and then he called. That was when he called you over, Josh. He was like, all right, what's the DP's name? I was like, oh, that's Josh. He's like, Josh, get over here. And then he's like, under his breath, he kind of says to both of us, is like, all right, you didn't hear from me, but don't leave any posters lying around, okay? And the next time I'm around here, I want everybody to be gone, okay? But shoot whatever you need. And then, it was history ever since. But like, man, that was scary. But I don't know. We were able to shoot that scene and carry on.
Okay, I just want to say, y'all are leaving out part of this story that I found to be very important, which is between when Brian talked to the cop and he told us to leave, and when Rikki went to talk to the cop and he told us that we could stay, we packed up everything and walked it up at least some of the 3 flights of stairs, if not all of it up the 3 flights of stairs.
Wow.
And then Rikki came upstairs and he was like, yeah, I talked to the cop and he said that everything was cool, so we can go back down. So then we lugged all that stuff, including Rikki's heavy ass amps.
I didn't even know that.
3 flights of stairs, and then of course hit them back up 2 flights of stairs later.
Y'all knew that.
For the rooftop scene.
Oh my! Wow. Yeah, I was not aware of that. That's all news to me. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, we took like everything upstairs to the roof.
We're like a well-oiled machine.
And that was
we also had like 10 people, because that was the big fight scene where we had all the extras in it too.
I mean, that's probably why we look so sketchy, is because not only we got this dude in a superhero costume and all this camera equipment, we got all these posters, then we've got 10 extras, and it was just a lot going on.
It was a little suspicious what we were up to. I'm not gonna lie. As a bystander, I'd be a little curious, but
I mean, look at us. We all look like troublemakers here.
True, right? It's like, I mean, you got a guy in a superhero costume, like surely no one's gonna cause any damage, but you never know. But no, I did not know all of that, Scout. That is sorry to hear that. I know, and those flights, those stairs were not that was no easy task to come up and down from. That was like
for
7
context,
flights.
chat. Yeah, it was like we were filming on the rooftop of that same building we were shooting the alleyway in, you know, 2 locations right next to each other. Perfect. But we had to carry all of our gear, all of the music equipment, all of the snacks, you know, like water or whatever, all the way upstairs every time. And there was no elevator in this building.
Oh, man.
I mean, maybe somewhere, but not for us.
Not for us.
So, I mean, 3 flights of stairs is, I think, a little understating maybe, because it was a bit windy at times.
That building I know was built in the 1920s. There ain't no damn elevator there.
Man. Yeah,
And
that was rough.
Because it was built in the 1920s, it is rickety as hell. So when we were on the rooftop, if we were anywhere on the actual roof and not on the little like porch deck that was built on there, everyone could hear every step we could make. There was the night we were shooting the main fight with the other Brian. We did have someone come up and be like, hey, I can hear every single step you guys are making. And so we had to basically refigure out where we were going to film sort of that final fight.
Yeah, if you guys are familiar at all with the music video, there's a bunch of rooftop scenes, obviously. There's one scene in particular, the one where Rikki is going to mess with the satellite dish. He's hooking up his audio to that. That was the only scene we could actually film on the roof proper. Everything else was filmed like basically it was like a 6x8 little square of
Like a deck.
porch deck that was on the roof, and we just changed camera directions every time we needed a new scene.
And we made it look like it was on a rooftop like the whole time. It was just beautifully
it looked, I mean,
done.
not to pat myself on the back too much, but
No.
you know, it's
Go
worked
for it.
out pretty well.
Dude, no, I mean, but I think it was that same night, actually, the very first night. We did 2 nights of shooting all the fight scenes and, you know, the rooftops and stuff. The first night was with Big Brian, as we called him, because there's ironically 2 Brian Alexanders on this project. But yeah, we started to choreograph the fight on the regular, you know, rooftop, the non-deck area, which we ended up shooting on. We started choreographing on that walking thin platform that everybody apparently could hear every step we did. And then, yeah, you're right, Brian. Some dude just came up and was like, you know, just rubbing his eyes. Like, it's like 3 a.m. at this point, just like keep in mind. He's like, guys, I can hear every single footstep and like just every single thing you guys are doing. I can hear it. So we basically had to stop fighting on that area of the roof and move over to the deck. It all worked out, but that was also also a lot of talk about anxiety. Just working that night and figuring out. We had to improvise on the fly a lot, but we figured it out.
Yeah, the biggest thing about this project, I think, is the improvisation. We had a plan, and that plan never worked out. But we did our best in the interim period. I think Rikki is understating how overnight these were as well. I mean, we were filming until 4 a.m. for these nights. And these are nights that at least the crew was working since, 8, 9 a.m. for their full-time jobs. So these were some long days.
Oh, yeah. And it's, a lot of, again, climbing those flights of stairs up and down throughout the night and just like, gathering the actors and, just a lot going on. And I don't think a lot of people understand that, in a film shoot, that's just, that's the way it is. But yeah, you're exactly right. We started, I remember call time we all got there at like 6 p.m. that night and then shot. We probably left maybe 4 a.m., 5 a.m., something like that. Both nights. I guess the second night was like maybe a week after or a couple weeks after. I can't remember. But it was, it took a couple long nights to shoot all that, all those scenes, and we finally got it. But man, that was I think it was pretty cold that night too, or one of those nights. I just remember it was like freezing, and I was just in that crop top, the first night. Okay, yeah, but no, it was some long nights. But I was super stoked on how it all turned out. But I mean, again, it's like going back to it was a lot of run and gun filmmaking, as I would call it. It's just, hoping for the best, crossing our fingers, and but it ended up turning out amazing. Like, I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better looking film. It was amazing.
I'm updating my videography reel for my yearly update, and there's at least 5 or 6 shots from that are going straight into it. So
now, Josh,
I'm very happy with how it turned out.
I know you mentioned this was. I know you said the other day that like this was like one of the like newer, like something you wanted to try or that you haven't done yet. What aspect of this film is something that's kind of new for you, and like what challenged you for this film versus like other films you've done?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is most every effect we did, we kind of we didn't do tests. We didn't do like, oh, let's see how this is going to work. It was kind of just a bit of my knowledge with like After Effects and Premiere and kind of predicting how we could make it work, and knowing, I've done something similar to this before, but it's not quite the same effect. I think the biggest thing was just the amount that goes into creating this world that doesn't exist, is not necessarily something that I think anyone on our team has tackled before. We're working with budgets of tens of dollars sometimes, if we're lucky. So it's not always the chance to create a universe that doesn't exist anywhere else before. We shot this in Atlanta, but we didn't want it to look like, oh, this is an Atlanta video. We wanted it to feel like Metropolis,
right,
a city that doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm. Gotham City.
Yeah, exactly. The every city, the city that just looks like generic
superhero
American city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that grabbed me too, which, obviously I knew you guys before, but like I knew you guys were really good at kind of that comic book. You've done a few short films with like some comic book aspects, and I love that. And so like day one I was like, oh dude, this is perfect. And that was kind of my vision. I wanted to have, I was telling my chat earlier, I kind of wanted to have a music video where it felt like you're just watching a comic book live, and that's exactly what it felt like. And that was super cool.
I mean, I'm just gonna shout her out, but Christina really added a lot to that with her animations.
Absolutely.
I think going from the beginning, we knew it was like, we have Christina, this amazing animator, at our disposal. Let's plan around that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Aww.
Christina, you absolutely crushed it from day one. It's crazy because we're going back from we're going back and forth in notes and stuff, and for months. Like I'm just he's sending me drafts. I'm throwing some notes at him back and forth. But like from day one, I didn't even have a single note for you. Like it was spot on. So it was just it was perfect. So like you definitely, I mean, you were the MVP. I mean, you definitely contributed so much. And yeah, the film would not be this. It would not have the same feeling watching it through if it didn't have those awesome animations. So props to you.
Thank you. It's the first time I've really like animated against like live action stuff, and it was all hand drawn too. Which I know there's easier ways to do it in After Effects, but hand drawn is my jam. So
yeah, well, it looks more natural that way too, and it looks more authentic. Like throwing it back, because the whole niche it's 80s rock, so it feels like an old school, like going back to the roots comic book set in the 80s, and it was perfect. No notes.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, my personal favorite animation Christina did is when that one female grunt gets thrown against the wall, and there's just a little as she falls down the wall. I think that's just such a fun little add-on.
I definitely went to, the day that you guys told me about this project, I went to Barnes & Noble and grabbed like a bunch of like the old like comics off the shelves and like just took a bunch of photos of them for reference too. So I was trying to take note from the old masters.
You crushed it, and it felt like I was watching like without those animations, like it, and it just felt like a normal scene or whatever. But those felt like, especially, I'll say this, because there was no sound effects in that video, because it's a music video, and all it was my audio. It was my song, and so without sound effects, it's kind of tough to feel like something when action is going on and impacts are going on and hits are taken and people are thrown against walls and stuff. But with those animations, it almost makes you hear the animations in your head. And I don't know, I was thinking about that earlier when I was watching. I was like, there's
Amanda
no sound
Dempsey
effects.
has donated $1.49.
Thank you for the donation, Amanda. But yeah, there's no sound effects, but I feel like there is because of those animations. So it really just adds so much. So, but anyways, go ahead,
While
Scout.
we're talking about that scene, I wanted to shout out 2 of our extras, a little fun fact for everybody. So if y'all recall from the video, Rikki has a pretty easy time beating most of the goons. But then right there at the end, there's 2 girls who give him a little bit of a run for his money. Of course, Rikki Thrash, the rock hero, comes out on top. But both of those girls are actually 4th degree black belts. So in real life, it'd be a pretty difficult fight.
Absolutely. Yeah, when we were all choreographing those moves, I mean, those 2 girls came up with whatever they were going to do, that little dance and the jumping off the walls and stuff. I'm like, you guys, you just do what you do, okay? And then we're going to act like I win, because that's all we can do, because you would definitely kill me in a real fight. But but no, yeah, that's not even surprising to be black belts, and I mean, they added, I mean, the whole, and the thing is, they were so last minute too in the casting too. I was looking for a couple more people, and Scout was like, I know just the perfect 2 girls that would be so down for this. And I was like, well, absolutely, bring them on. And yeah, it added so much. It kind of added some humor to the film too, just going through all the goons first and then knocking them out, and then these 2 like twins just come out just jumping off walls, kind of like a ninja film or something. But it was great. It was great to have those girls. Everybody.
Yeah. So extra, but in the best way.
Absolutely.
Definitely. What's that Netflix movie? Kung
Fury.
Kung Fury. Yeah, that's
Fury.
Kind of, I think, the closest inspiration that bit of the scene could probably pull from.
Okay, when Rikki first introduced this concept to us at the Chipotle, the first thing out of my mouth was, "Oh, it's like Kung Fury! I'm so hyped! This is gonna be awesome!"
So many people said that they were thinking Kung Fury. I've actually never seen that movie, unfortunately, or show.
Dude.
But yes, a lot of people have said that, like in the comment section, like, "Oh, this is so like Kung Fury vibes." I'm like, "Oh, all right, cool. I've never seen it, but I'll check it out."
In response to your "Without Me" by Eminem comment, yes, I watched most of Eminem's comic book music videos when I was doing some of the prep for this, because it's, he's done the formula really well, so I wanted to see how they've done it before. So there was definitely some inspiration there.
Nice. Let me pull up some Q&A that some people sent in earlier, and just kind of we can tackle whoever it's aimed at, or just kind of one by one answer them. But yeah, well, first question is, who came up with the costume? We already know that. But it was kind of Josh Jones, who couldn't be.
Effort.
It was a group effort, but so Josh Jones.
The Crown Rini has donated
could not-
$5 and says, "I'll pay money to watch a match of you fighting a 4th degree black belt. I already know the outcome already."
Well, I hope I win, Crown Rini, because that would be an epic fight. Thanks for the donation. but yeah, no, it was so Josh Jones, who couldn't make it to the call, unfortunately. He was in charge of the well, first of all, he did the album art, and so we all kind of go over to his place, Scout, Josh and I, that is, and we kind of just sit down and kind of brainstorm. I had a certain vision in mind, like what I kind of wanted. I wanted definitely a crop top, you know, with my leather, like something heavy metal combined with like a superhero, you know, like a superhero but a rock star. And that's kind of my vision. And we all kind of just came up with something we were happy with, and Scout was able to crop the shirt exactly how I wanted it, the sleeves and everything. And she did all the, what do you call those? Studs on the shoulder pads and the matching, you know, my belt and everything. So, and she was in charge of putting the cape together and making it, you know, match the costume and stuff. Speaking of the cape, she asked me, which this is my fault, but she asked me if I wanted it to be able to take off the cape from the costume, if just in case I wanted to wear the shirt on its own for a show or two, you know, every once in a while. I was like, you know what, that's actually a good idea, Scout. Let's separate the two, like add some buttons so you can like just take it off anytime. That might have been the worst mistake I've ever made in my life, because during the shoot, I mean, and we even have some footage of it, but during the shoot, there's been literally every take, that cape would be ripped off my shoulders every single take, probably every 30 seconds of that night. You know, that's probably why we were there for, you know, 7 hours. But every single time we got in that fight or I threw a punch, it would just be coming off, and then I'd have to like, okay, just stop. Somebody fix it, and then Scout came and fixed it. But it was wild. But anyways, yes, that was an epic costume. A lot of people are so impressed with the costume. That was like the biggest hit. So props to you, Scout, for.
We had a great time designing it. I mean, like you said, Rikki, me, and Josh Jones, we all just sat down together and looked at a lot of reference images from, of course, traditional 80s rock, but also a lot of comic books and a lot of wrestling. When Rikki came to us with it initially, he said he wanted, of course, you know, the video is styled very Batman-esque, but he had mentioned like original Superman. So we were working with that, and we were working with some kind of like iconic wrestling imagery, which was a great time. Yeah, putting together the costume was a lot of fun. I shouldn't even have asked, really. I just thought, you know, oh, well, what if he wants to wear this outfit on stage? But surely he wouldn't want the cape, because as someone in the chat said, I've already lost them, sorry about that. You know, Edna Mode says no capes, and it's for a really good reason. They constantly get caught in things. That was not my decision. I just want to... Rikki was the one to make the call on the cape,
Yeah.
so I'm kind of with you. I'm kind of with Edna Mode, but it turned out looking super cool. That's not important. Anyway, so I asked him if he wanted to make the cape removable, and he was like, "Oh yeah, so that's a real good idea." My God.
Yeah. That delayed us some time.
I mean, he could walk around in it perfectly. I guess I wasn't thinking when I made it removable. Like, because it was very stable for him to just like walk around the city in. You know, he was wearing it when he walked up to that cop, cape billowing in the wind behind him. But anytime he threw a punch or, you know, took a punch, and like that movement, or when he'd stand up from kneeling, he would inevitably accidentally snag the cape, and it would just come right off every time. And at a certain point, after it came off about 100 times, he was like, just super glue it to my shoulders.
Just super glue it.
So I got out some saran wrap, because I don't want to glue it to his skin. Tuck the saran wrap under here, and then just super glue those things back
the wind was a paid actor.
Into the shirt, and said, we're done with this. This lives here now.
I tell you, I don't know why we didn't make that call way earlier in the night, but that was the best thing we could have done.
Yeah,
that super glue.
We weren't There was a lot going on that night. That's the same night from all these previous stories where we're getting kicked out of the alley and kicked off the roof and yada, yada, yada. So there was no time to think about capes.
Yeah, the super glue was the real hero that night.
It's also important to understand, I think all of us were really thinking and hoping this would be a one-night shoot.
Yeah.
Or like 2.
It was the dream. Maybe 1.5, if we have some overflow.
I think it possibly could have been if we didn't have everything go wrong, like at the time. Because everything we might have been able to squeeze it in. It would have been tough, but...
Here's the thing, too, though, is, we had a very grounded vision when we met at Chipotle, but then we both, all of us, bloated it to make it just as grand as it is now, because I think all of us were like, if we're going to do this, let's do it full-assed. Let's not half-ass this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all or nothing at that point.
Yeah, I think... I've actually seen a lot of people in your comments on Instagram and on YouTube say like, man, y'all did not have to go this all out.
Right.
It didn't start that way. It didn't.
Yeah.
But
song this good though, like all the classic songs have great music videos. Like you can't just,
Yeah.
And we were all happy to put in all the extra effort to make it what it is.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, from day one, I knew it was not going to be an easy task, and that's why I was like, I understand if y'all don't want to work on this project, because it's going to be, I don't even know how we're going to do it, but this is my vision, and I even started, when I was drawing the storyboards, with my poor art, and just like figuring out like what I wanted to see and everything, and then I sent it to y'all. I was like, all right, this is what I have in mind. Now, we may not be able to do any of this, but I think we were able to pull probably 99% of the shots that I had in mind off. Like it looked like Gotham City, dude. Like it was incredible, like how we were able to turn that vision into something you would be able to see. So, it was definitely not halfway done at all. It was pedal to the metal since day one.
Yeah, I see Cyclopia 2 was like Over the Top was the name of the game for the video, and that's so true. Even when we were in the editing process, we just kept adding new things to really just take it to that next level of, this is not just, the kind of little comic book video you'll make in an afternoon or whatever. We're gonna show we worked, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, it was a lot of work. Again, it started, not even the song, not even talking about the song itself, but starting from July, planning out, the first shoot day. We started, gathering dates for the first shoot day, which was like maybe a month later after meeting for the first time. And then, or maybe it was a couple weeks after we met, we did like some location scouting first. Then we had a shoot day a couple weeks after that. Then we had a couple more, because we had, it was 2 nights. I forgot the second night we shot at the house scene. And we shot everything there at the same night that we shot the second half of the rooftop scenes. So I totally forgot about that portion of the day, because everything just flows together. But that was a whole. I forgot that was the same day as the other stuff that we'd shot. And
those actors were great, by the way. They're not on the call, but shout them out. Those 3 did incredible for we were in a pretty nice place, and they were doing a very good job at their jobs.
Oh, absolutely.
Shooting at the house went pretty smooth, though. It was a lot of smooth sailing.
Yeah,
we did get kicked out of that was Ricky's secret second bachelor pad that he doesn't tell anyone about.
Yeah, that
we
was
get kicked out of there.
Yeah, because we did have initial plans to shoot. That's another thing that went haywire. Like, we did have initial plans to shoot at a certain location that last minute, probably maybe the day before or something like that, it got canceled and we weren't able to shoot at that place anymore. I you know what? I think it was the day of, actually, because I remember scurrying like last minute, like trying to find everybody's email and like tell the actors to just say, hey, meet here instead of there, because, you know, change of plans. I don't know, but it was definitely last minute. But I mean, honestly, I think it worked out for the better because we had plenty of space to work with. We had, like, you know, it was an empty house at the time, so like we were just able to just let our creation go wild. And yes, good point though about the actors. They did incredible. I couldn't have asked for a better cast. Brian O'Mara, he's playing the dad in an argument with Brandy Keaton playing the mother. And basically the idea behind that was, you know, two parents are fighting over their son's son, played by Ewan Hart, also a great actor, and he's going to be a superstar one day. But basically fighting over, you know, his mom's like, all right, get with the times are changing. That rock and roll noise is not good for our kid, you know. It's you know, it's time to move on and adapt to the modern day and the modern music, because that old stuff is no longer, and it's no longer for a reason. So she's trying to persuade the father, played by Brian, that this is not good for our kid. But Brian, he's all about rock and roll. The father's all about rock and roll. So he's like, you know, he just gets back from work. The last thing he wants to do is sit there and get in an argument with his wife. So, being a loving father and a loving husband, he discusses with his wife about the matter, and ultimately he follows her guidance, if you will, and goes to take away the music from the boy, and just, you know, off script or just off the music video, just something like, you know, until you finish your chores and your homework, we got to take away the music from you, unfortunately. And that was kind of the idea of that. And it was really cool adding those short little comic animations there to kind of just throw just enough where you're able to tell kind of the mood and I guess the side on which everybody's on. You know, it was easy to be able to tell who's arguing for what at that point with those animations thrown in. So that was cool. Again, just watching a comic book live, it was really awesome to see that. But yes, those three actors killed it there in the house scene, and then we had another scene, very short night, probably maybe hour and a half worth of shooting, a totally separate day. This was the burning guitar store, and we found an old guitar store that was actually just not opened anymore, and we went over there, and again, crossing our fingers, hoping that nobody will stop by and kick us out. But anyways, the actress there, Kimberly, she was amazing. She did a great job. Basically, her role was to cry for help because her baby is trapped in a guitar store. You know, her only son, who wants to live rock and roll and learn how to play guitar and live to rock. He's only 3 months old, but he's in that guitar store. And he's, you know, and it's burning for some reason, because that goon, played by yours, Brian Alexander here on chat, running away, scurrying off, he just set the guitar store on fire. And but anyways, yes, so she did a great job too. All our actors who were involved with the project, I'm super proud, and I couldn't have picked a better cast to be a part of this.
You know, we were talking about things that went wrong. We didn't mention how the smoke machine didn't work.
I was just waiting for that, okay? Because so about the only thing that went right about that particular night was that the cops did not show up to kick us out.
Yep.
So we had two very important aspects to create a fire ambiance. One was a smoke machine, and one was a light with a fire setting so that it would kind of flicker orange and red, bright and dim, etc. the smoke machine did not work at all. At all. Yeah, Rikki said we were there for an hour and a half. Not to call you out, bud, but that's a big fat lie.
Was it longer than that?
Because we probably spent an hour and a half trying to make the smoke machine work.
True. Time flies when you're making smoke machines work.
Yeah.
Or not succeeding, I should put.
When we finally gave up on that, and of course, we went for the famous fix it in post, which worked out just all right. It just made a lot of extra work for Josh, but and then the light. We thought at least the light is still gonna give kind of a fire ambiance, but I don't even remember what the issue was. But the setting wasn't working, or maybe we brought the wrong light. I don't recall. But what ended up happening is we just had an orange light that myself and Brian Alexander, the one on the call, who played the goon in that scene, he was turning the brightness up and down to give it that kind of flickery feel. And there's BTS video of this, was waving my arms in front of it to give it kind of movement. It was completely ridiculous.
It's the things you don't see that, just make a film complete.
Yeah.
You need to send me that, Scott, that video.
You had 3 actors named Brian in this project.
Oh.
Both Brian Alexanders and Brian, who played the father.
That's hilarious. I didn't realize that until you just said it. That's funny. Brian's a common name.
It is indeed a common name. Me and the other Brian Alexander, we actually met the first week I moved here to Atlanta, and Brian has been kind of our go-to for planning stunts for any of the projects that we've done, and we owe him so much money and more for him coming out and just kind of giving us a hand whenever we give him the call.
Yeah, he definitely took that film to a whole nother level. I know he's been in a few of y'all's productions before, but yeah, no, he added so much to the film. Like I said, he was in part of. He helped out with the choreography on the ground level with all the goons there, and really just kind of organizing everything, and then of course he was the main goon on the rooftop, the main villain that I had to fight, and he was the perfect guy for that, because it was, he even had the modern haircut look and everything, and just on top of that, he was a great actor on, with the swivel head turn and just being, just knocked out and just cross-eyed and stuff. I mean, he pulled it off so well, and I don't think I could have gotten a better actor for that too. So I know it sounds cliche that I keep saying that, but it's everybody worked out so perfect for this music video that I was I couldn't ask for a better cast and crew. So it was awesome.
During this little pause, I do have to dip out. If there are any questions that come up that I could potentially answer, Josh or Scout or Justin can reach out, and I will send Way an answer if it's something that I need to answer. But really just want to thank everyone for watching and enjoying the video. It took a lot of work. I wasn't as heavily involved in this, but I will say that Josh, Scout, and Justin put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into getting this done, and really going above and beyond what was required of them to really make something cool for Rikki here.
Don't sell yourself.
Round of applause in the chat for everybody. I want to see those hands clapping.
Applause for Brian, that man. Bye, Brian.
See you, Brian.
Thanks for night, bud.
Thanks for chatting, dude. Oh, he's gone. Never mind.
Christina too. Oh no.
And Christina as well. She was on the same chat, I guess. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, both of them. Round of applause for Christina and Brian in the chat. I want to see those hands clap. But anyways, I mean, honestly, I was looking through all the questions. We've kind of answered most of them. So chat, if you want to just kind of fire away some questions in the chat, and just we'll kind of touch on them as they graze through. Just shoot us a few questions to wrap us up, and we'll get out of here and call it a night here in a few minutes. But basically, I mean, Justin, is there anything you want to say on your part? Because I know you were like heavily involved with. So Josh was like mostly on camera, right? But you were. I want to hear like what your experience was, just being there, and like especially with the rooftop scenes and stuff, because I mean, like, you had a lot of responsibility on your hands to make sure everything went smooth, and I just kind of want to hear your experience with that, because I know it's we've been just chatting it up.
Yeah, of course. My main goal was just to support Josh and everything he did, but mainly just making sure everything was safe. We were on a rooftop the whole time, so and there were parts that maybe were a little sketchier than I would have liked, but my goal was just to make sure everything went smoothly as possible. A lot of the gear was my stuff, so just making sure everything's safe, lights aren't going to fall on people, hurt nobody, and then just making sure the lighting looks good and where it needed to be. And then I also helped edit the later half of the fight scene, but Josh did really all the fine tuning and polishing, but I helped lay the groundwork. So
absolutely, and it's funny you talk about making sure everybody's safe. I remember that one shot on the opposite side of the whole building. We walk over there and it's that one shot where I'm, the cape's in the wind and I'm looking out amongst the rooftops, and then I fire out my guitar, and we did not have plans to go all the way over there, because first of all, it was super dangerous because there was no walls on that portion of the roof. It was literally just flat ground until you got over there, but flat ground as we're walking. And I just remember this thin strip. It was almost like a bridge across. It might have been from one building to the next, or maybe just like a hallway or something. But it was probably 8 feet wide or so. And Justin's like following me over there, and me being just, literally in real life superhero, I'm like, oh, I can do this. Let me just go over there, no problem. But Justin's like the whole time he's like making sure I don't fall and everything, but he's like right 6 feet behind me, just keeping an eye on everything. So, but I just thought that was.
We were also doing it in the dark too, so I had like a light wand, so I was making sure you could at least see where you were going.
True, that was so sketchy. In that roof, we didn't know anything about that roof. Oh wait, sorry, Scout, you're covered up. We didn't even know anything about that roof, whether it was like sturdy or what the process was or anything. So it was like we were kind of risking our lives there for a second, but it is what it is. We made it work. Justin kept everybody alive that night, so it's all good.
To add on to what you were saying about real life hero Rikki, I just want to clear something up. I think the people in chat, y'all probably know this, but the people who rewatch this video later might not. Rikki is just like this in real life. Like, he is not a caricature who he makes for his streams or his music videos. We met in Chipotle. He was rocking that hairstyle and like jean shorts or something of that nature.
Yes,
like, this is just
shorts,
who Rikki is.
The tall white socks, the crop top.
Yeah.
It's not an act. Thank you. Finally, I have proof.
It's okay. Rikki, seriously, hanging out with you is so much fun. I love, you're such a fun guy to be around, but also like it's so funny because until someone's met you in person, I don't know how to explain that it's just like it's like it feels like hanging out with like a demigod, you know? You're just like, man, I'm just like a person. And
So
Ricky's
true.
over here and he's so freaking tall and ripped, and also he's got this like full, as people have said in the chat like all night, the aura, you know, the Rikki aura, and you know, the 80s outfits and stuff. It's just like, it's kind of surreal. It's a little surreal, especially in a Chipotle. You know,
In a
it's just
Chipotle.
Like, man, this is wild.
He's just a cool guy. He loves the 80s. He loves Batman. What more? He's great at making music. What more do you want, guys?
What more can you want? Batman, music, and 80s, man. That's my life right there. I appreciate
Rikki,
that, Scout. Thank you.
EM.Hollywood has a question they have been dying to ask you. Are you going to make this into a comic book?
We may have to, man. This music video has done so well, and actually, I think it's sitting at like maybe 12,000 views right now. I haven't checked in the last 5 minutes, but it is doing better than it, you know, because you never know with these kind of things with original music. It's tough. It's tough to know if it's gonna do well or not. So it's like, you know, a lot of people just are out there. They want to see covers. They want to see, you know, something relatable. And I think that's what we were able to do. I think we were able to give something. And I was kind of touching on this before y'all hopped on here, but something relatable, something that people can relate to. And Rock Hero is just that. He's a relatable character. You know, it's Batman rules, so, you know, no superpowers or anything. It's literally just a human being that happens to work out, you know. He has some muscles.
A lot.
He uses his surroundings to fight crime and for the good of rock and roll. And anybody could do that. And that was kind of my message behind the whole film. It's anybody who has a dream can accomplish this dream and can go for this dream if they have the right mindset, and if they really, you know, it's all about wanting it and going for it. And that was kind of the whole mission, and I think we were able to tackle just that. It's super relatable, and people watch it and say, oh, this is a superhero, this is Superman, this is Batman, this is Rock Hero fighting crime, fighting to save the 80s and keep the rock and roll alive. And people will be able to watch this and be like, oh, well, I can do that as well. And that's what's so great about it. I think we all just like were able to accomplish that with the editing, with the directing, with the photography, or for the filmmaking, for the videography, for the costumes. Everything involved in this project came together and made it a super relatable film. So that was cool to see. But saying that, I was kind of going on a rant for a second, but saying that, it's doing well. Yeah, Sam says 13,000 views right now. So it's already, I mean, it's been what, 24 hours, I guess, or maybe a little over 24 hours, 36 or something like that. And you know, that's doing better than I thought it was going to do. But yeah, the more this does well, and the more people, I mean, I've seen an overwhelmingly amount of supportive comments and love about the film and the song itself. And so, I mean, people are asking for a sequel, and, you know, if it's going to be a comic book and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it may have to be. It's just a matter of time. I mean, I got to write more music, I guess, at this point, but man,
Get to work.
I know. I need to get to work. But I did tell Josh. I do remember telling Josh. I was like, all right, if this video does well, there may have to be some sort of sequel to to this Rock Hero, because people, I mean, if people love this and the whole concept, people are gonna want to see more. So we'll see. That's I'll just, to answer your question, it'll be a TBD, a to be determined. We'll see what the Rock Hero, he'll go underneath the shadows for a while, and until his moment comes, he'll always be out there. But he'll like the end of the video said, the Rock Hero will return. So, in whatever form that may be. But anyways, yeah, I think we nailed like most of the questions of the chat. Like I said, I had a bunch of questions that came in through social media and stuff, but we kind of already tackled most of them just talking about the film itself. But I want to thank you guys personally for being a part of this and bringing my vision to life, because I'm like, without you guys, this would not. I mean, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be celebrating such a great video and a great project that you guys helped out and put this thing to life. So thank you guys so much for just busting your butt every day. Ever since, that day in July at Chipotle, y'all are just giving 100% effort and 110% effort, I should say, and just really just making this, like Justin said earlier, just like not going halfway, like really just giving it the fullest. So I really appreciate everybody here doing that, and the crew that couldn't make it, and the cast and everybody. But you guys, absolutely, like I from the bottom of my heart, y'all made this film, for lack of a better word, super. So thank you guys so much.
Yes, I mean, I think I speak for everyone when I say this. This was a fun project to work on. I mean, the late nights sucked, I mean, it's a lot of work, but at the same time, you don't get to work on something like this fun all the time and actually have such a wonderful reception for it to come out to. I mean, you're shout out to chat, shout out to all of your fans, but
Absolutely.
They are super. I described this at dinner earlier. Rabid. I don't know, in a good way.
I tell them all the time they're crazy, but you got to be a little crazy to support Rikki Thrash. So they're great, man. They're super engaging, which is amazing. Everybody's super engaging. Everybody wants to say something, which is awesome. But yeah, no, it's awesome to have a platform like that. It's I'm super grateful to be where I'm at, where people are actually wanting to listen to my music and watch my content and stuff. So being able to use that and then show y'all's efforts in my content is just awesome, and it makes everybody happy, and it's just super cool, man. It's a really cool platform, and it's that's one thing about the 80s that we didn't have back in my prime in the 80s, but nowadays we have the digital age where we can share things on the internet, and it's like back in my day we didn't have those things. No, I'm kidding, but it's great. It's great stuff, man. So I think as you all are probably aware, everybody is digging the music video, and nobody realized how good of a thing. I did a little bit of promoting, but beforehand, but like we literally hit it out of the park, and y'all. I mean, I say we, but y'all did the heavy lifting, man. Y'all were incredible, and really brought this vision to life. So, that being said, is there any closing thoughts that you guys have for me, or for the chat, or for the world?
I do just want to take one last moment to say that yes, everyone worked super hard on this, but especially, well, obviously Rikki, of course, but Josh has been doing. I mean, he was the DP, which is so much work. He has been the most involved in the planning since day one, and he edited, I mean, a solid majority of this video with Justin's help, of course. But he, I don't know. I'm sure that a lot of y'all have full-time jobs, right? Imagine having a second one on top of that. Like, Josh has spent so much of his free time working on this project, and it's not. I don't say that to be like, oh, it's a burden or anything, because I think he's enjoyed every minute of it. But he has worked so hard to make this what y'all saw, especially that smokes at the burning building scene. If you only knew.
Yeah,
how
I don't think a lot of people
that.
realize that's not real. That was all in post effects, and it looks super real.
But I mean. Yeah. Josh, okay, if we still have a minute, I don't want to we
have all the minutes. Literally, the night is young.
I don't know how this works, but Josh, I know you said you had the project open. I know a lot of people are going to be like, I don't know what this means, but like just to see a massive map of video and audio and everything like that is so, I mean, I feel like it gives people a better picture of how much time and effort that you've put into this.
Yeah, do you have can you share your screen, Josh, of the...
Yeah, let's open up Premiere. Let's go to
Oh boy.
just editing.
Yeah, you guys...
Clean timeline too. Look at that.
Well, I don't know if I'd call it clean. It's been tidied up a little bit here. We've got quite a bit of effects work, especially when you get into these like little comic book sequences here. You gotta throw all these into After Effects for the logos and the smoke. Let's see how we can start turning off smoke layers.
Very colorful.
Yeah, I mean, you go from like this, just we're at a nice little guitar store, and then, bam! No, actually, we are literally on fire. This shot obviously is a ton of work. I mean, throw the clouds up there. You've got like little glow effects going up to it. I mean, you can see even here the clouds are all fake too.
This is awesome to see. This is my first time seeing this, by the way. This is really cool.
So, it was just a nice little clear night before we got a hold of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. Little raw footage overview of that shot before all the rest of this started going on to it.
That's amazing.
What else? I mean, that one. This shot. I mean, this wasn't even like a fact. Wait. Ricky's not going to be happy I showed this to you. There you go.
What are you talking about? I have huge biceps.
One frame of the video. This is in the final product.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Dude, I have the biggest arms ever right here. So I told Josh, I noticed it like the day before I posted it, but I was like, you know what? If there's one frame with me having massive arms, I'm all right with that. But there was a reason for it.
There's a couple frames with massive arms, but that's just how it is,
True.
Yeah, I mean, y'all can see here, this is the deck we had access to. So if you go to where's a different part of the scene up on the roof? Where Ricky's just doing his bass solo, right? That's the same building. This is the same deck, It's just in a different part of the video and used a little bit of different colors to make it work. Crop the light out of the shot, of course.
Love it.
Right, go to the scene where she's holding the blanket.
Yeah.
Originally, we were going to film him as the baby, but then we never were.
Oh, Artemis, yes.
Dude, I forgot about that.
Baby.
Yeah, we were going.
He's also gray, so we would have blended in. But
we were.
Third shot that it was just like him in the blanket.
That would have been I was 50-50 on that. I would have been fine either way if we threw some humor in there. But honestly, yeah, it was so funny though. It would have been funny to see just a cat just wrapped up in the blanket after the rock hero just bails.
I think this worked out better not doing it though.
Yeah, it gave a more serious feel to it, which I like.
See, I wish one of these days we'll have to go through and edit some BTS or something, but
yeah,
for now you got a little prep. Yeah, wait, his little action fall into place. That's fun. I love those little bits.
That's cool.
Fight scene. This is what you see as an editor. Everything at 20 million times
speed. Where the cape comes off. It shouldn't be.
Oh, probably not on this take. Yeah, I'd have to hunt down a take that the cape came off on.
We will make a super cut of all the times the cape came off while we were rolling, which does not include all the times it came off while we were choreographing.
Right.
Choreographing, rather.
Choreographing.
Yeah, no, I know Scout and Josh was taking some BTS before we started rolling, and then Scout was taking some during the rolling process. So I do have some footage, but if y'all want to shoot me like some blooper, a lot of people are asking about bloopers or anything. If there's anything that jumped out, I know there's tons of footage, so it's not like y'all have time to go through it. But if there's anything that jumps out or some behind the scenes that you want me to throw in this, like I plan to do like a BTS video. So if y'all want to send me anything, feel free.
The Crown Rini
Like
has
I said, I'm
donated
happy to
$2
share
and
the
says
video
sending all
of
you
me
guys flowers
attempting
for
to
the
make
hard work.
fire effect with my arms. I can't say that much of that made it into
Thank you for the
final
donation, Crown Renee. I
edit.
appreciate you.
But it
It all
was
paid
something
off.
that I did do on set, and that qualifies as a blooper fully.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I look over and Scout's just like waving her arms, just like in front of the light to make it look like it's flickering. There's so many things. I wish we I tried. I just wish we had like a dedicated, just standalone behind the scenes videographer just to film all these silly, like ridiculous moments. But
always the dream.
yeah.
Wait a minute. I forgot one other fun BTS to show y'all. The perching scene where he's perching here. That is completely fake. Let's see.
No.
Yeah, we green screened him onto the roof. Let me see. I don't think I can find like the original shot of him because it's in After Effects now at this point.
Wait, Rock Hero's not real?
Let's see. Is this
Hey,
one?
Rock Hero is super real.
No, that's just the, yeah. That's
Justin
just
just wouldn't let us perch on the edges of roofs.
and certainly
I
not
wanted
jump
Rock
off a
Hero
roof.
to
That's
live.
another moment. Justin was like making sure I wouldn't die because like the drop down from that was insane. Like it wasn't on this roof.
20 plus feet.
It was definitely 20 plus feet on top of like onto another roof, but it was like, man, there was a lot of risky moments. Justin kept me alive that day. So thank Justin for making this all possible. But yeah, that was a cool cut edit that you did, Josh. I mean, just being able to mask that all the way down, and because I basically jump off that roof and then come down to the floor, and it makes it all look seamless. So
I'd say Josh is a pretty good
Joe
editor.
says my immersion has been completely destroyed now. Unbelievable.
Hey, Joe. More immersion breaking. These cool little light effects were actually in camera because I dropped the camera and cracked the lens filter that night.
Rough.
More
R.I.P.
fun times.
Yeah,
R.I.P. lens filter indeed.
I remember that was one of the last shots that night. We came back down to the floor level and got that on our way out. Everybody was like falling asleep.
I found it. Here you go. Here's the actual footage of Rikki jumping.
It looks so like anticlimactic.
New
I
subscriber.
know, and it worked out.
did.
It did work out, but
It's so great.
there was a universe where we couldn't figure it out, and this was just what it was. Rikki sitting on a little wooden ledge.
That's hilarious.
You have to think, this is probably like
This was real,
3 in the
though.
morning. We're figuring out like, okay, how can we do this to make this work? We're all kind of tired, but we're all putting in our best efforts.
Yeah, it was like, because what was
The Crown
that?
Rini has donated
was-
$1.49.
Was that shot on the little railing there? Was that pre-planned, or did y'all have an idea of that's where that shot was going to be before going into that day, or was that something that you just got there?
No, I kind of made that up on the spot. I knew we needed you to perch on something, and then I was like, okay, we'll film a building in the distance and pretend he's perched on it. And that was kind of it. That just little corner worked out perfect for it. And I mean, you can I don't think you can see it because this gets cropped out on the like black bars, the cinema bars. But I mean, you can see like your hand didn't get fully masked, right? So you're missing fingers or whatever. But
That's wild.
it works. Part of it too. I mean, I don't know how many of y'all do video effects stuff, but one of the things that works, right, is that his hair is right up against the the sky here, which is exactly what it's supposed to be up against in the shot that we're compositing him into.
Because that's probably the hardest part to mask through, the hair.
Yeah. Any hair, but especially your beautiful curly mane.
Luscious locks, yes.
Crown Renee, thank you for the donation, the rose, the lovely
Yeah, I'm
rose.
trying to think. I think as far as the project goes, that's all the fun little goodies I have for you here.
That's amazing.
Show the picture of the poster. You can
Which
tell
one?
that we kind of had to retape them. This is after we had taken them all down.
Yeah, was this intentional, by the way?
Oh.
No, well, I think it was that the tape wasn't sticking to the brick walls, so
Yeah.
things kept
Yeah.
falling.
I think
Justin and I spent so much time trying to get those posters on the wall, but you'll notice in the shot with the goons, they're all touching their posters.
The Crown Renee has
and it's
donated
because
$10.
None of them would stay.
yeah,
That was a lot.
the wall was like the most anti-taped wall, in the history of walls. But I do remember, I do have footage of that, of you guys going like and trying to tape the wall and it just not sticking. But that shot in particular, I remember, we were, because the vision on the storyboard, it was like, I need a shot of that one poster, where's the rock hero? But I think during the shot, it just happened, because of the tape, it was not sticking to the wall. I think it just happened to fall, and it ended up being so much better that way. And we just, that was the shot we used. But
Totally.
it's amazing. Crown Renee, thank you for the donation.
I saw someone asking for this as a
Golly.
merch item. I think Rikki might have to go talk to Yorks or whoever made this about that, but maybe.
Little
Rikki
bit ago,
Thrash
you feel like a little
boombox would be
keychain,
pretty cool.
Is Yorks
That would
even a
be
thing
pretty
anymore?
cool. I have no idea.
little keychain maybe.
That would be cool. Yeah.
That was a fun still, you guys. Screenshot, enjoy.
Oh, this is cool.
Rikki
That's a great still.
Oh,
rocking
that is sick.
out. That one I don't even think this shot made it into the music video. We have so many shots from the bass solo.
Oh yeah, I do remember.
I think me, Justin, and Brian took the gimbal around that and got a ton of coverage of that solo, and then I kind of just pieced it together in post. But I mean, there is a lot that didn't make it into that.
There was so I remember that was a long, like, we probably spent 15 minutes on that. Like,
The Crown Renee has donated $10.
Oh, yeah, easy.
I remember because I actually. I don't know if y'all remember, but in the storyboard in my previous script, I had a whole nother scene that I wanted to shoot of the townsfolk. After the rock hero saves the day, it's like sunrise, birds are singing and sunrise is happening and things are starting to look beautiful again. And I wanted to get people posting new posters all around town, kids, grown men and women, everywhere around town, posting these posters about, the rock hero is back. The rock hero saved the day and we are back on track, saving rock and roll. And so I initially wanted to have that scene, and we were planning to shoot that at one point, but Josh sent me this final, or just a final draft, or just a rough cut of something like kind of close after we finished shooting, and it just had this epic, which is what you see in the music video now. To this day, it just had this epic final shot of this one right here, of just like a slow dolly coming in and me just finishing off pointing the bass to the sky. And we just ended up keeping that. And I remember telling you, Josh, I was like, you know what? Scrap the last scene. This is epic. Let's keep it in there, and that'll save us some troubles anyways. So.
What, you didn't even tell me you were going to throw the bass into the sky. I think that was improvised on your part, improvised on my part. No one knew what was going on in that shot, but somehow it turned out so cool.
We had talked about doing like I don't know if this was in jest or not, but we had talked about doing like a lightning strike behind him whenever he shot the bass up towards the sky just to be like, I don't know if we decided that was too Thor or
It would have I mean, I think either way it was sick. You said, I think it definitely would have went with the album cover with the lightning strike, through the but no, it's definitely not necessary.
Wait. Okay.
Should I take it down real quick? I can just take it down and delete it. Just start over. Start from square one. You know what? In fact, let's just reshoot it if you guys want to. I mean, practical. We can use practical effects this time. Just pick a really stormy night. No.
We'll set a building on fire.
Yeah,
great.
That would be amazing. The cops would really show up then.
Yeah, right. I took a screenshot of this comment on the video, so I wanted to bring it up now. Someone asked, can we please have an alternate version with the usual VHS filter on it? And if you send that to me, I mean, we can.
Dude. Yeah.
I can throw a VHS filter on it.
Just the whole video just with a VHS filter. Well, I do remember I saw that comment earlier today, and I think I replied to it. I was because a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people, because everybody's used to seeing my videos set in the 80s, like everything is set in the 80s, right? And but this video is not set in the 80s. Because if it was set in the 80s, there would be no reason to have a rock hero, So this video is set in the modern time, the modern day, because rock and roll has faded away, and the sound of the 80s.
Crown Rini has donated $5.
Crown Rini, thanks for the donation, the 5 and the 10 from earlier. I know I'm talking all the time, but thank you so much. But no, this film is set in the 80s. This film is set in the modern day because the rock hero saves the rock and roll that was once present back in the day, in the 80s, and so it wouldn't make sense for this. For rock hero to appear in the 80s because there'd be no need for a rock hero. So it is set in the modern day, and that's why there's an iPad. The kid's holding an iPad. Everything's modern because self-explanatory. But yeah,
Wait,
with a
Rikki, can I tease you about that a little bit?
Do it.
When we were talking about that scene about the kid listening to music, Rikki was like, he'll be listening to music on his like iPod or Walkman or whatever. And we were like,
I know where this is going.
What? And he goes, yeah, whatever kids listen to music on. And we were like, their phone? An iPad, maybe? I don't know. But like, Walkman? God, this man is so 80s.
He doesn't own a phone.
He's just like,
well,
where am I?
At least I said iPod. I mean,
I know, but iPod is still like, I can't remember the last time I saw someone with an iPod.
Probably early 2000s, maybe.
I know what chat's here for. Let me just throw it up on the screen for chat.
Give it the good old tilde, Josh. Full screen it.
Just full screen.
Them biceps, for real.
Dude, yeah. I remember close up to the chin.
There you go.
There it is.
Chat. I got you.
Well, it's funny because initially I was like, I think it was like, I don't remember what it was, but I was like, dude, this is like the greatest shot in the whole fight scene, just in my opinion, because it's like, man, it shows off all the work that I've put into the last like 5 months of just working out. So I was like, Josh, you have to put this shot in there, man. This is showing it off, man. Show off my biceps, brother. Yeah, I needed that one. That was for me.
Yeah, no CGI on those muscles. That's
yeah.
We're not that good. We're not that good at all. But
no, that was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in the gym of that shot right there.
I am certain that your fans know that you just put in a ton of never-ending work into your physique.
I think I heard something about a push-up challenge that you had at one point.
Yes, I had So on stream a week ago, actually, yeah, I just out of nowhere, I'm just talking to chat, and I don't know where this comes from. I think we're talking about like working out or something. Something got brought up just randomly, and I was like, you know what? I was joking around. I was like, you know what? I'll do 10 push-ups for you right now because someone donated. It was actually Joe. He's here. I think it was Joe. No, it wasn't Joe. It was who was it? I can't remember. But anyway, somebody donated, and he was like, dude, I need to get back on my fitness journey. I was like, all right, let's do 10 push-ups together. So I do 10 push-ups right then and there. And then I come back, and then somebody else donates. And I'm like, all right, well, that's kind of cool. And then I said, you know what? I'll do 2 push-ups for every $1 donated. And then the chat just had too much fun with that. So they went crazy. I had to cut it off, dude. I had to cut it off like 3, 4, 5 minutes or something like that because people just kept donating, which I'm grateful for, and that's amazing. But at the same time, dude, I was dead. Like by the end of that, I think I had to do like 200 push-ups, man. I was dead, man. It was rough, but whew, I woke up the next day. I was the most sore I've ever been. Like ever. It was crazy. And not doing push-ups for a while and then doing them all on stream in a row just like that, it was a lot. Anyways, speaking of cell phones though, this is what I'm rocking lately. It does the job. It has all the features that I need, so that just sits there just in case somebody calls. But yeah, the whole iPod thing though, because I didn't know what kids, I don't have any kids, and I'm not really around too many kids lately, so it's like I don't know what they use to listen to music, and I didn't realize, Scout informed me on this, but I didn't realize kids have cell phones now, like or for lack of a better word, they have smartphones. I mean, back in my day, I mean, literally not in the 80s, but like literally when I was a kid growing up, I didn't get a smartphone till junior year of high school. And so I was rocking like a flip phone with minutes, man. Nobody knows about those minutes, dude. We had to buy minutes. Do you remember that? Like buying minutes at the grocery store and like loading them on your phone. That was a crazy time. Good times.
10 cents.
And you had
text,
to...
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. You had to like type the number like 3 times to get to a certain letter and stuff. It was some classic times that a lot of people don't realize. Salute filter, flip phones. They were the greatest. No more iPod Nanos, unfortunately. No more Walkmans.
I'm sorry to tell you, the only person I know who uses an iPod Nano is my mom, and she's 70.
Well, hey, it's coming back.
She was doing listening to music in the 80s. Maybe she'd like the song.
I was about to say, my mom watched the music video. She lived through the 80s, and she did enjoy the song and the video. So.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, wait, my dad loved the song.
Good. That's exciting to hear. I haven't even heard from y'all's parents because
you gotta put some feelers out on Facebook.
I did put it out on my Facebook page. It was like a last minute. I was like, wait a second, I forgot that generation uses Facebook. Let me just throw this little snippet out here, and but yeah, I'm glad they liked it. That's good to hear. Slide phone at 12. Listen, you're living luxurious. Man, I miss those flip phones. Sometimes I wish it was a simpler time. All these apps and services that we have, and it's just a wild time. Josh is flipping through all these epic screen. I mean, this is like literally the most. I mean, by all bias out, I know it's me on screen and everything, but like this is literally the most epic thing I've ever seen. You're just flipping through here, and it's like every shot is just. There's so much time and effort that went into every single frame. It's unbelievable. Yeah, so much work. I mean,
I'm the background for your yapping right now, so I was trying to give them something to.
Oh, it's perfect.
Little,
wait, this scene. Oh well, no, sorry. I'm
We
watching
had
the
to wait
stream,
for
so
the
I'm a little
cars
far back.
many
But
times.
yeah, putting those amps up on that one tower there.
Oh man.
That was a little. There's no top to that tower, chat. There's just like a thin metal plate. So we put those amps up there and stacked them, and those things are so heavy, and they were wobbling. And
Yeah.
again, we're up like 20 plus feet. We were so worried those things were gonna go down.
Yeah, that was the same ledge that Justin was making sure I don't die by falling off of. It was the same area, and those amps. Yeah, it was like what was that? An old chimney or something?
Yeah, I think it was
a metal
chimney.
plate over it. You wanted to stand on it at one point. And that
Literally. Dude. Oh yeah, there it is right there on screen. Yeah, I was like, yo, what if I stand on this? And Justin immediately is like, he's doing what he is doing now. He's just shaking his head. Nope, not gonna happen. I mean, those
thing was
unstable to say the least. Those amps were just wobbling. I know you probably can't see it in any of the footage, but those were like wobbling, and it was windy the whole both nights. It was actually kind of windy. So we definitely risked it for the biscuit.
Oh, it looks so good though.
It does.
It does. What they were on the corner though. The corner was less. It was a little
more stable.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we figured it out. It ended up looking epic. I mean, I'm just excited that it's crazy because going back to my vision. I mean, you guys bringing my vision to life. Like literally, I just remember writing this whole thing about the amps being on a rooftop and just blasting the rock and roll after Rock Hero saves the day. And with the animations and the comic book effects and just the brute muscle of getting those amps up on the rooftop. I mean, it looks so cool, and it definitely tackled my vision 100%. Super sick. Yeah. Oh, that the Ewan the scene with the boy. How long do you think that took? Probably 3 hours in that room,
between the setup and filming it, I mean, there wasn't a ton to film in that room, but we kind of, we're making not a lot of money go as far as we can possibly take it.
Right.
So
yeah.
let this be a lesson to any of y'all out there in the chat or VOD watchers. You don't need money to make cool things. This was made with no money, just hopes, dreams, and whole lot of elbow grease, as they called it in the 80s.
A lot of elbow grease, baby.
Have some nice gear too, but yeah.
Well, yeah, okay.
But yeah, we didn't shoot this on FX3.
What were you guys shooting? FX3?
Oh yes, it was the FX3.
We had some aperture lights, and Josh had just gotten some nice. If you Josh, go to the part where the window where we have
these little guys.
Yeah,
I was using it to light my little thing.
Yeah, those were convenient. Andy says $20 and a dream.
Just gotta go out there and do it.
That's it, man.
Make the best thing you can. I
mean, you hit it on the head. It was a small crew. I know there's a few people that couldn't make it on this chat, but this was the majority of us, and we were able to tackle so much. And honestly, I mean, with such a, I don't know. Yeah, I was about to say something, but then I take it back because it would have been nice to have a big crew to help with every little detail. But at the same time, man, it was just a good old time with you guys, and it was fun. But yeah, I mean, definitely next, if there is a sequel, we'll definitely do it a little bit bigger next time, because this was This was a grind.
There's a certain magic to the independent art production, you know, whether it's music or film or any kind of art. There's always an element of, we're not making this because we want 1 million people to watch it. You know, we're making this because this is fun. You know, this is what we like doing. This is what we want to spend our time doing. And, you know, you hope there's somebody out there who kind of resonates with that. But I think a lot of the time at this, you know, at this level, you make things and you just really have to throw them into the void and hope it bounces back.
Yeah, absolutely. I was saying earlier, like, I can't predict with this kind of stuff. Sometimes I can predict. I have a pretty good knack for guessing if a video is going to do well or not. Sometimes. I'm not always right, but it's hard to tell when it comes to original music and like passion projects. And this was definitely a passion project for all of us. And so it's hard to tell if that's going to do well or not, but you know, again, like what Justin said earlier, it's like we did not go halfway on this. We went all the way, and I think it's doing really well. Like for it kind of, as far as like the response is what I'm saying. Like I didn't expect to hear that much positive feedback on it. Like, again, it was a passion project. We all loved it. We were all excited about it, but I didn't expect everybody to be excited about it, you know? So it's super awesome to see the bounce back that we're getting.
Hey, Rikki, Aku had a real important question. Where did you get/make those stud bracelets? Because I think, Scout, you made the belt, right? But not the bracelets.
No.
The bracelets existed.
I only made the shoulder pieces as far as the studs go. I made the shoulder pieces to match his existing bracelets and belt.
Yeah, where'd you get those, Rikki?
Dude, I've probably got those at like Hot Topic or something like that. Like, honestly. Like, let's just keep that between you and I, but yeah. But yeah, no, we did a lot of digging when it came to the costumes. We did a lot of just looking around and Googling, and we found some independent creators online to help with the trunks and everything. So it just all pieced together over time, and you know, it's like every little detail mattered. And it's funny, I was kind of off and on about the chain necklace that I was wearing. I didn't know if I wanted to wear it or not. And I showed up at the shoot, and I kind of decided that I didn't want to wear it. But now I'm glad I did because it looks sick. But I just forgot to take it off before we started shooting. And I told Scout, I was like, "Oh shoot, Scout, I totally forgot to take my necklace off." And she was like, "Dude, no. Wear the necklace. It looks sick." And she was actually absolutely right. I mean, it was a good addition. It added to the whole, you know, the silver accents to the costume. So
Totally.
But yeah, dude. Yeah.
Who was it? Sebastian asked you a question that I straight up, I don't speak music.
I'm doing a bad job at keeping up with chat.
Don't worry, that's why we're here.
He said, Rikki, about the song, the other instruments besides the bass are MIDI?
Oh no, I recorded everything, dude. I recorded everything. I programmed some stuff, but I recorded everything. The guitar is me, the solo is me. A lot of people don't realize I'm a guitar player as well, but we keep that on the down low around here. But I'm a bass player. But yeah, no, it was all me. Again, I've recorded some stuff and I programmed some stuff, but as far as the to get that natural feel and the sound of that early 80s tone that I was going for, you know, it's hard to rely on virtual instruments and you know, some virtual instruments are great, but it's hard to rely on a whole lot of MIDI for that kind of feel, if that makes sense. So but yeah, it was, again, I haven't really touched on, and sometime I'll talk about more of the music side of things. like, you know, on my own on stream sometime, but for this stream I did want to like definitely focus more on the music video part of it. But I mean, the song is a whole different animal. Like we'll have to get into that some other time, because it's that on top of the music video, like planning for that and preparation for that. Like this song has been in the making for probably 2 years. Like it's been just from the ground up being written and going back and forth on the visions and the different direction I wanted to take it. It took a long time to piece together, so I'll get into that on a different stream sometime. But yeah, again, I just wanted to kind of touch on the music video aspect since we got the crew here today.
Yeah, I mean, when you came to us, you had the whole thing fully plotted out. I mean, I will say that like various people on our team have like made music videos before, and we've all kind of like, you know, come together to work on them. And I promise you, normally people show up and they're like, hey, you know, here's my song. Here's the like vibe, you know, here's like maybe a shot or two that I have in mind. And like, you guys just make the rest work. But Rikki came to us and he was like, here is my shot by shot, like time coded layout of everything that I want. I've planned this out fully. Here's the story. It was amazing. So we just got to like play with his vision and like make it come true.
Yeah, I mean, it was I mean, you hit it on the head. It was like, because a lot of people were asking too in the chat if I wrote the song before I wrote the script for the music video, and a lot of people are going to be surprised, but no, I wrote the song based on the vision that I had in mind. Now, I didn't write shot for shot the script for the music video before I wrote the song, but I had the vision of the rock hero in mind before I even wrote the song. So a lot of people were curious about that. But yeah, I being kind of like thinking as a filmmaker first, I had a set of shots that I had in mind. And yeah, I mean, I remember meeting at Moe's, and I brought like a few copies of a script, and yeah, it was some what do you call them, time cards, time sheets with you know, this is what's happening in this section of the song, this is what's happening in another section, just start to finish. Because I wanted, honestly, because one reason I did that was because I knew it was such a big project that I didn't want to put any more work on y'all's hands than I had to, because I knew that y'all were going to be, it's a big project. There's a lot of work to be done. So I wanted to take a lot of that away initially, so y'all wouldn't be overwhelmed with like, oh, well, I guess we got to write the script now, you know? So I wanted to save all the, I wanted to be as efficient as possible, I guess I could put it. But yeah, but y'all saw my vision. Andy's exactly right. Yeah, everybody saw my vision and made it come to life, which is amazing, because this is like, I mean, this was a magical film. I keep calling it short film because it was really a short film. It really wasn't it was a music video, but it really was a short film. But it's a magical piece of art.
I just want to correct you real quick. It was Chipotle. This is a Chipotle-sponsored stream. Rikki,
what did I say,
don't be
Moe's?
coming in here with no Moe's. That's the competitor. Okay.
Dadgummit. I totally forgot. It was definitely Chipotle. But you know what's funny? The reason Moe's is stuck in my head, I was actually recently acting in a Moe's commercial last month.
Really?
Yeah, I booked a Moe's commercial, which is funny. A lot of people don't know that, but yeah, I was in a Moe's commercial as a heavy metal drummer, beating on pots and pans in the kitchen. So that's why Moe's was stuck in my head. So look, I guess I got to be a Moe's guy now. Look at this.
Okay, I'm kind of excited for that though. Let us know when that comes out.
It was supposed to come out like end of last month, but maybe I don't know, but I'll definitely let you know. Look at this fight scene happening though. I don't even remember this shot. Where were you? Were you on a ladder?
I think I was standing on like a pole or something. Yeah, we didn't end up using this shot just because it was it kind of takes you out of the fight scene, but it's a very fun like BTS of the whole
thing.
choreography. I mean, it also makes you really realize how much of the choreography only makes sense in camera. You know, it's like
Right.
you see all these people just standing around while their buddies get beat up.
Yeah.
That's a classic film trope right there.
They're just chatting it up. That's great. That's hilarious. And I do want to also add, for those who are watching and have seen the video, which if you haven't seen the video, go watch it. But yeah, like the whole I called them goons, and all these goons are basically planning on destroying rock and roll, and they have these posters that they're putting on the walls, and then the existing posters on the walls they're taking off. So the ones on the walls that say anything to do with bring back the rock hero or rock music, they're taking that and ripping them down. But in their hands, they have new posters going up saying like, oh, hip-hop gods take the scene, or a new pop star on the rise, or rock is dead. They're putting all these new posters up and killing the rock and roll. So I don't, just that was further explanation for anybody who was wondering. But yeah, that's the whole goon situation. Such...
I'm just playing some of the uninterrupted clips because, like, you guys got all of this in one take. I mean, I cut it up to make it, a little more exciting, but
that was like the take we used.
It in one take.
Yeah.
Well, take 7. Don't look at the names of the files. But
yeah, no. Somebody asked that earlier. I grazed over it earlier, but somebody asked what was the shot with the most takes. I don't even know.
It's definitely that one.
You think it was
the fight scene?
That was the most complex.
What's the first one look like? Are we ready for that?
Oh boy.
No.
It probably doesn't look that bad, honestly.
Go for it. I want to see it.
It's honestly probably camera work that needed changed. Yeah, literally.
No cut. So land.
Talking through it. There you go.
Yeah. Don't need to listen to me on the fucking behind the scenes. You can tell though between take 1 and 7 how much more comfortable you guys all got with the choreography and everything. It is incredible because this was like half an hour, 45 minutes to get all of these takes, and you go from that to the final shot and seeing how it all turned out. It really goes to show like just how much skill needs to go in, not just on the camera side, but on the on camera side and the talent. You guys knocked this out of the park.
Yeah, everything's...
I do like the goon in the background sitting up smiling.
Caroline.
This one was also kind of more of a we're kind of testing as
no, it was, we didn't really give proper instruction to the goons after they're knocked out, but no, I do remember telling Caroline after that shot, I was like, that was great. Just don't look at the camera after you're sitting down there. She was like, oh, got it.
Play knocked out.
Yeah.
Chloe, you are so right. It's kind of funny to watch it without music.
Right. It's just this
you miss
awkward...
the energy. You're missing the video, sure, we did a good job on the video, but it would have been nothing without that amazing soundtrack behind it. So this just goes to show the video is, I would hesitate to say, even half of the battle in something like this.
That is funny to see though, from take 1 to take 13 or whatever, however many it took. It's kind of clunky, just my acting, and everybody's doing on the first take. You've never done this before. This was not in the script. Doing this take 1, it's a little clunky, but by take 10, this is this feels like a movie, like a true fight scene. So it's I'm figuring out what foot I want to place down and kick with, and I'm which way do I turn? It's just ironing out the kinks and figuring out what works best. But it's awesome to see this stuff. This is again, this is the first time I've seen this stuff, so it's cool seeing all the behind the scenes.
And we shot the most difficult thing pretty much first thing. That was
That helped out.
Good scheduling because we knew that was going to be tough and take a lot of time. So,
This shot right here, Justin.
I did have this poster like 10
yeah. And me being so picky too. Y'all are probably like, I think this was like the last shot of the night or something. I was like, yeah, like maybe just if it was 2 millimeters to the left, I think it would be perfect.
You can see it's the last one. You know, we how long did we spend on this? 2 minutes dropping a poster on the ground.
Justin's just over there picking it up and dropping it.
As if God dropped the poster himself. It lands center frame.
And it was the perfect.
That work.
Anytime we have a shot like this, we always have to do it 100 times. We're all just as picky as you. It's all good.
Yeah,
that's his hair, Critter. I saw that comment. This is just his hair.
Oh yeah,
it's not a wig.
I just cut my hair like 3 weeks ago. Everybody was in shock. And you know what? Speaking of my hair, just quickly, I go into the hair salon and I kind of just want to get a trim, right? But I want to kind of a significant, like half inch off my hair because it was getting bulky, man. It was getting long, so I just wanted to kind of clean it up a little bit. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just go a little bit shorter. And then she ended up going like super short. And then afterwards, which this is partly my fault. I'm not blaming her, but it was kind of long. It was like a lot longer in the back, so it was probably down to here in the back. And I just did not like the way because it was too short up here and way too long back here. So I cut it myself when I got home and cut it to the length it is now. But yeah, I do plan on growing it. Maybe not to the Rock Hero length, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyways, back on track. What were we talking about? Oh, the takes and everything. Yeah, it's I'm super picky, so but I was happy with that last take after 2 minutes.
He says that I don't know what y'all's jobs are in chat, but I work with video clients, little, like CEOs who are like, oh, let's make a video for our company. Sam is not picky compared to them. He knows what he wants.
Yeah, no,
I think there's worse, Sam. There's a lot worse.
I think we all we're all picky. The whole crew. You have to be picky to be a filmmaker, right? I think you have to be to have an eye for things and to make things look the way you want to look. Of course you can not be picky and just go with the flow, which is, I guess that's a certain technique.
People do it.
Yeah, people do it, and it works sometimes not. But I think the more if you care about something, which I think we all cared a good amount about this project, I think you got to be a little bit picky. Yeah, this. Go ahead, Scout.
Critter Electronics. Rikki did write the script for this. Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Again, I wrote the script, and the lyrics for the song kind of followed the whole concept. Maybe not the exact script, but the lyrics for the song kind of came after I had this rock hero in mind. This fight scene, I posted this earlier on my story, but I was super heavily inspired by a couple movies in this when I was choreographing this scene. Basically, if anybody has seen Rocky 3 and Rocky 4, the very end of Rocky 3 when
New subscriber.
When Rocky and Apollo are in the private ring at the private gym or whatever, and it's just them two, and there's this shot at the very end of the movie of them both throwing a punch, and it's just in front of their faces where the end of the movie just stops on the frame, and they're both throwing the same punch at each other. That's the very first shot that I wanted in this frame. I just wanted us both throwing a punch, and you kind of see what happens. We both kind of take a step back, and so we're kind of gathering ourselves for a second, and then I wanted it to be sort of like a montage, like a Rocky 4 montage, where I'm getting beat up a little bit, and then he's getting beat up a little bit. So we're kind of going back and forth. Then he takes me to the ground. You see the cape flying off.
Yeah, sorry. I found one of those cape flying off shots. So I wanted to.
That's hilarious.
Show that.
And that came all the way off. I forgot it came like all the way off the time.
Yeah, there's Scout jumping back
there's
in.
Justin walking across.
That's hilarious. I totally forgot. This happened literally every shot, every take on this rooftop.
It was a lot. It was a lot. I mean, it's the little things too as you do like multiple takes, right? Like, look at just this shot compared to what we ended up using, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you kind of evolve both the shot and the acting in each take, and it kind of comes together as it you kind of find what you're looking for as you go.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Like, unfortunately, we can't just, as humans, knock it out in the first take and it just be epic. But it does take it takes takes to get to a point that you're happy with. And it's like, yeah, the more takes we do, the better, the smoother it feels. And, you know, we kind of it's just like practicing in the moment. Like, the more we practice, we're going to be better at it, and it's going to smooth and go over well. But yeah, that fight scene was definitely heavily inspired by a Rocky montage, you know, in the ring. And then later, I already posted this on my story, but there was like the rope scene in Rambo 3 when he's fighting the Russian there on the in the desert, and I look over and I grab, in this case, it's the power cord instead of a rope. I look over, I see the power cord, and then I start not choking him because it's Batman rules. You know, I'm not killing anybody. It's one of those things where, you know, I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you. You know, that's kind of the motto of Rock Hero. He's a good guy. He's not going to kill anybody. But he'll just leave him there for the cops to clean up later. But yeah, I grab the cable, start wrapping him around, and just kind of leave him trapped. His hands are all tied up, and then I finish him off with the finisher, plug in the power cables, and then walk off. And voila, we have power.
Enjoy the difficulties of trying to plug in a cable when you had absolutely no.
It took forever for me to find the holes. Pause. but yeah, it's yeah. There was a lot of cutting in between that. I think the very last, I don't know which. Oh, I guess there was a cut in the final edit where you cut into the close up there. But
yeah, I mean, you nail the once you actually find the holes, you nail the
walk off.
Squeeze them together and walk off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, watching Brian Alexander try to, I'm not sure what he was doing, bite through the cable or something. It was so funny. That didn't make the music video.
I didn't even see that. Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Brian is great. He is a lovely gent. Very fun to be on set with for the most part.
Has he seen this video? Because I haven't even.
I sent it to him.
Okay.
He didn't comment back on it. I don't think he looks at his phone very often. He's a man of the land.
He seems that way. He seems that way. He seems like he's like a man of nature, just like out, just out there.
He's from a different era for sure.
A call to the wind. When the wind calls, he'll come. Joe says, I like that pause shot on the dude's face when he spun around from the punch. Yeah, that was an epic shot. This is the one right here. This was well executed by everybody involved. This is awesome. This is probably my favorite shot of the film right here. It's just an epic uppercut, and then he spins around, and in the final edit, you'll see Josh. That was you, Josh, with the animations, right? For that one?
Oh yeah, with the little
for the stars, seeing stars or whatever,
seeing stars kind of thing. Yeah, that we added in. I thought of that too late to get Christina to do the animation on that, so I ended up having to just track something to his head.
Oh, it was beautifully executed. It's so funny, man. And his acting was perfect for it too. He was Just the way I touched on it earlier, he was just cross-eyed and confused after. Like it's just so great. Focus was on point.
That touches on, I think, something you've brought up a lot during this live stream, is that like the creative process wasn't just one person, right? Like this spin around, this whole like gag was Brian's idea on set. We were filming the shot of him getting punched, and he was like, "What if I spin around a camera and I do the little?" And we were like, "Yeah, that sounds awesome."
Sick. Yeah, everything, just a lot of it was improv. I mean, like that's just the way things go. And yeah, I forgot he brought that. I guess we were all just kind of like just going with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. And he was like, "Yeah, let me do this," and we were all down for it, of course. And it ended up being an epic shot.
Josh, there was a request to replay Jessica and Karma's fight scene with Rikki.
Oh, Sebastian wants us to.
Do we want the part where they get slammed or the part where they're doing flips?
I guess the whole thing is
I guess we'll just watch the whole thing.
It's very short. It's only about 10
that's
seconds.
Way too late. Where is it?
Yeah.
Somebody else said I resemble Corey Taylor. So epic.
You can see a little reframing for the crop.
Yep. Yeah, that's the final
I
cut.
love Christina's slam here.
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
Little fire animation.
Yeah, I mean, if you slow it down that much, you see there's a little small gap in between their heads where they do not touch.
They don't actually.
But it's close, man. Like that was a close call.
This is my favorite little detail Christina did, and I don't know how many people pick up on it. The little you dusting off your shoulder here.
Yeah,
and there's that tiny animation for it.
It's the subtle things, man.
Yeah,
it's the little things.
Christina did such a good job.
Oh, she destroyed it.
I mean, we just let her loose on that scene.
Yeah, no, like I said earlier, it's like with this being a music video and no sound effects, the animations just make you feel like you're hearing things. So I don't know if that makes sense, but it definitely adds so much. Rock Hero versus Captain Ivan Drago. Bring it on. 90s grunge dude was an excellent villain. Yeah, he was like the.
He did kind of give grunge, yeah.
He did give a grunge feel.
As I recall, he was wearing like some graphic tee.
Yeah.
And we were like, "Hey, can you just like flip it inside out?"
Yeah, he was like, I think he brought
it
like
worked out just fine.
It did. I think it had something crude on a shirt, but I was like, nah, this is not a crude. This is a family friendly film. So
yeah, you can kind of see it still even after. I don't know. I can't read what it says, but you can see like.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I don't remember. I didn't think it was crude. I think it was just like.
Well, I think it just said like.
Yeah, we just didn't want.
Yeah. I think it said like a bad word or something. Bad word.
Oh yeah, well it might have.
I was like, bad words do not exist in this music video. But but no, it worked out. I think we his tag kept popping out of his shirt like for a couple takes. I don't think any of them made it into the final thing, but but I remember it's like it's just
correctly.
Yeah. It's like, it's just the little things that it's just like something. There's always something, right? Yeah.
I love this fight. I kind of Josh edited like a bunch of portions, and then this fight scene and some of the stuff leading up to it, he had like not done anything, and he was like traveling for work or something. I was like, "Hey, can you like kind of throw this together?" And I was like, "Sure." And I like open up the project and I see, and it's like, oh, I had such a fun time, like just putting those pieces together, like the back and forth of the fight, like with the music. It was honestly like the easiest musical edit I've done in some ways. I was like, it's just like, it just fits so nicely, and we shot such good coverage that it was pretty easy, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Justin did a great job, like with because it was a whole lot. It was just a lot of shots and like just a lot of just chaos happening, but you were able to like find that like direction and kind of see where I was going with it. And like I said, it was just like a kind of like an epic montage with, you know, me taking him, he's taking a few shots, I'm taking a few shots, we're going back and forth. Next thing you know, I'm on the ground, and then, you know, that's when the momentum changed. And that was a very important thing too. There was a few like back and forth drafts sent, but like I really wanted to make sure that the momentum shift in the song lined up with the fight momentum shift. So the way it ended up was just it was executed perfectly. But like that, as soon as the key change happens in the song, that's when, you know, I'm starting to come back, and Rock Hero's fighting back, and he's not going down. And that was that, you know. Yeah. That would give me chills if I hadn't seen it for 1,000 times. But
I assume Josh did this purposefully, but like you're going down as the camera, you know, he's smart, he's good with the camera. Like visually, we're showing that you're losing, the music's happening. Like it just worked out very nice in the edit.
Yeah.
There.
So epic.
There's the biceps. They're back.
Yeah, the biceps always back. I do need y'all to appreciate that one of the notes that I got was, make sure you can see my face and biceps in this shot.
Yes.
He was looking out for you guys. He was looking out for your best interest.
I told you, man. I was like, dude, I want them to see all the hard work I've put into the gym. Like, brighten up my bicep just a little bit. Like, brighten up the shadows just so you can see that vascularity.
Critter, I appreciate your belief in us that we did some like rotoscope on the shirt or something. We just had him turn it inside out.
Literally just turn it inside out.
Turn it inside out, and then the LUT takes care of the rest, huh?
Yep. Yeah, and it ended up working out. I think everybody's uniform or costume, whatever you want to call it, was perfect too. Everybody came, like, I told everybody to bring a couple options, but I mean, I didn't tell anybody to change because they came ready.
Yeah, you can see it better in that wide shot. Let me pull that up again.
I told them, like, hey, black pants, leather, tank tops, you know, you guys are goons, crime, like, you know, dealing crime in Gotham City. That's kind of what I told them. Like, that's kind of what the vibe is, and everybody just saw my vision, and that's kind of the theme of the whole project. Everybody saw my vision and made it come to life. But yeah, that's an epic shot. That's funny.
Action Hero 2000 asked a really important question that I personally would also like to know the answer to. Do your biceps have names?
Do my biceps have names? That is a question I've never gotten before in my life.
Wow.
Dang.
Honestly,
thank you, Action Hero 2000, for bringing it to life.
Yeah,
because I want to know.
Well, the answer is no. They don't have names, but that's not to say that they can't have names. So if you guys drop your name.
Yeah, this sounds like a future stream.
Yeah, right. It's like, all right, give me some name options for my biceps. All right, if you guys have any clever names, throw them in the chat right now. I want to see them.
The Crown Rini has donated $2.
Jesse, I am so sorry to tell you that I at least don't have any paranormal filming stories. We actually tried once.
We did
to
try.
do like a haunted location, kind of like, I don't know, TikTok vlog style thing, because it sounded fun. Do some research on a haunted location, go get haunted.
Thank you, Crown Rini.
But it turns out most haunted locations aren't really haunted. And if there are haunted locations, they aren't publicly available on the internet, at least not easily. So at least I don't have any stories for that. I don't know about the rest of y'all. I know Rikki does some video too. Maybe he's caught some paranormal.
Oh no, I mean, that would be epic though, to film some paranormal stuff. No, I was laughing at the names in the comments that people are saying. Bon and Jovi, Mash and Crash.
I like Thunder and Lightning.
Thunder and Lightning.
I thought that was a good one.
That's you know, Thunder, Lightning. These are. I'm gonna have to sleep on this. This is some good stuff.
It's an important decision, naming your biceps.
It is. It's like my own children.
I mean, okay. You have probably
you've
worked
harder
for
on your
more than
biceps
9
than a
months
lot of
on
people
those.
work on their kids. So.
Yeah, you take the credit when you deserve it. That's for sure.
Crockett and Tubbs throwing it back to the Miami Vice. These are great. I'm gonna have to actually consider
The
naming
Crown
my
Rini
biceps.
has donated $2
Crown
and says
Rini.
you're welcome.
Thank you, Crown Rini. You rock.
Axel and Slash. That's a good
Oh
one.
yeah, Arnold and Stallone. I like that too. That's hilarious. Are you guys, speaking of filmmaking, do you have anything coming up that you're shooting, or you just kind of doing your daily jobs right now and staying focused?
Well, we're in pre-production right now. We're working on actually a music video for a project me and Justin are leading.
Nice.
So that'll be out hopefully this year. I don't know. We also have to finish the actual song. But outside of that, I mean, I'm doing some writing, working on a horror script right now for a feature. What have you been working on, you guys?
Nothing. Work's been a lot, so haven't had a lot of time to do anything creative. But I look forward to doing stuff in the future.
What about you, Justin?
The Crown Rini has donated
Working on some
$2.
Music. I got Logic fairly recently, so I've been messing with that.
Oh yeah, you guys have been tapping into the music world. I mean, shoot, y'all can shoot a whole music video for that song that you've been working on, that you sent me the other day.
I think that's their next project. That's what Josh was.
That's
We're
cool.
working on it. We've got I've got some fun ideas for it. It's going to be I mean, Rikki's heard the song. I don't know if you guys will ever hear it, but if you want to, it'll be there eventually. It's very like early REM inspired as far as the production goes on it. So we're trying
Thank
to
you, Crown Rini. You rock.
capture a bit of that. I don't know, it's kind of psychedelic in the music video with it too. So
Rock,
yeah, no, it's killer, man. Somebody asked in the comments, can we subscribe to you guys anywhere? Looking for a channel.
Yes, I was just about to get to that. We can, I guess I can post our stuff in the chat, or we can.
Yeah.
yeah, you can, post it in the chat.
Post it and I can pin it.
You can find our work at Saturn Hex Media. That's where most of our stuff is on YouTube. We've got a couple web series projects we worked on way back during the pandemic. Haven't had a ton of posts on there recently. We've been working on some Ultraman stuff actually with our friend Brian, whose favorite show is Ultraman.
Previously.
But yeah, go ahead, subscribe to us there. We post whatever we want to make. I mean, it's not really a channel that we're, trying to make a 1 million subscriber YouTube channel. It's just when we feel like making something, it has a home for people to go watch it. So
just a good old-fashioned passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Crown Rini has donated $2.
Critter Electronics, we're actually all in Atlanta.
Well, I actually live in Florida now, but
yeah, I was about to say, except for Rikki.
Well,
the crew is
but the crew.
I thought the question was aimed towards the crew. Yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't read the question.
The crew is all Atlanta based.
Yep.
But yes, Ricky's in Florida.
Yeah, I'm in Florida. I'm a Florida man, but I'm in Atlanta all the time for shows, and honestly I'm in Atlanta like every other weekend. So, if y'all ever need assistance on another film or anything, let me know.
Oh, we will. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, you.
Speaking,
You'll come to eat those words.
We will use and abuse that offer. Don't you worry.
No, speaking of that, I did want to at some point, whenever we can get our schedules together, I do want to take all you guys out to
New
eat
subscriber.
on me, you know, and just splurge because y'all deserve it. So I want to take y'all
New
out somewhere. But we can plan that on our own time and figure out when the best time everybody's schedule opens up and stuff. But I definitely I owe you guys a big hefty meal after that one.
Well, we owed you from
long time
I was
ago.
about to say, we put you through some long nights.
yeah,
not so
long
yourself,
nights
so.
and hard work.
No, it's all worth it. It's all fun, man. It's fun. It's like
Y'all have to deep dive for that. But
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah,
really,
yeah, I don't know
really,
if we're allowed to give that out, but
yeah, it's all fun. I know it's like, yeah, I mean, y'all think you owe me, and I think I owe you guys, but it's all like, I mean, this is just what we love to do. So it's like at the end of the day, we're just having fun.
so true.
But yeah. With that being said, is there any closing thoughts that you guys have? I think it's been a great stream. I'm super pumped that we got everybody on here, and everybody was kind of able to talk about their experience and stuff. I think the chat loved it. The music video is doing really well. The comment section on the video itself is just unbelievable. Everybody loves it, and it's awesome to see that on my debut rock single. So anyways, yeah,
The Crown Rini has donated $10.
Crown Renee is the MVP of this chat right now. She's donating like crazy. Thank you so much, Crown Renee. Rachel, you're awesome. But yeah, if you guys want to, close the floor with anything you guys have, but like I said, yeah, I'm definitely taking y'all out to a nice hearty meal soon. But
heck yeah.
But yeah, man.
Might have to talk about the sequel. That's my closing comment.
Yeah, for real.
Give the chat what the chat wants.
Rock and roll.
That's it, baby. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure having you guys on the stream, and of course, all the hard work that went into this music video. I mean, it's paying off already, and yeah, it sounds like the chats just can't get enough of Rock Hero. So the Rock Hero will return. It sounds like. But yeah, anyways, guys, Justin, Josh, Scout, it's been a pleasure. I wish we still had the other guys on, and some guys couldn't make it. But yeah, I will talk to you guys very soon. And but thanks again for coming on the live and just talking your experience, because a lot of people were asking about it and like wanted the behind the scenes, and this already, like everything else you guys do, it over delivered for sure. So thanks guys for coming on here.
Thanks for having us.
Well, thank you, Ricky.
Bye, chat, and bye, secret VOD watchers who we will never hear from.
Right. In a later date. All right. See you guys.
See ya.
Rock on. Okay. All right. Chat. Graves, perfect timing. Yeah, we literally just said goodbye like 5 seconds ago. But the good thing is this VOD will be on my channel, so you can watch the whole thing, all 3 hours worth, at your leisure. But that being said, we're gonna close out for the night. All right, I'm gonna close us out with an epic tune. This one's for the epic donations that everybody has given me, but Crown Renee has been the MVP of the night. So thank you all who has donated. It's never required, but it's always appreciated. So we're gonna close out the night with some noodles on my back, of course.
I'm a hippopotamus and I like to hop and I also like to drink
soda pop.
But there's one thing that I do like most and I sing about it everywhere.
Chad, thanks for being awesome. This one's for you.
The Crown Renee has donated $2.
Noodles on my back. I'm a hippopotamus and like a noodles on my back. Noodles on my back.
Crown Renee.
I'm a hippopotamus and like a noodles on my back. Noodles on my back. Noodles on my back. Noodles and noodles and noodles, noodles and noodles and noodles, noodles and noodles and
With the shy pair.
I'm a hippopotamus and I like to say that I like to play every day. So come along and sing the hippo song.
If you know it, come along and sing the hippo song, folks. We're closing out the night with an epic tune, because you guys rock and you deserve it. Get the harmonies in there real quick. We'll just do a slow fade out. All right. That's enough of that. But Crown Renee with another donation. You are the MVP. As we close out, I really want to see, you know what I want to see? I want to see all the pairs in the world, okay? I want to see the pairs in the chat, okay? If you can't find it, just type it in, because that's what I just did. And I'm going to copy and paste that a few times and close us out with some pairs in the chat for Crown Renee for being awesome and epic. And everybody for being awesome and epic. You guys are awesome and epic. Yeah? Did I say that already? Because you are. Anyways, I'm closing out all my tabs. Closing out the night. Closing out the stream. It's been a wonderful time. I hope you guys enjoyed the last couple hours hanging out with the crew and talking about all the behind the scenes and stuff. And yeah, it was a super fun time catching up with those guys and talking Rock Hero. And a lot of people on chat and a lot of people in the comments and everywhere on my social media are, they're wanting more. So, we'll see. To be determined on the future of Rock Hero. But anyways, that being said, I do have already visions in mind for a sequel. Whether that happens or not will be determined.
The Crown Renee has donated $3.
Crown Renee! What in the world, Crown Renee? How do I even deal with you tonight, Crown Renee? That is the most epic hippo I've ever seen. I don't even know what he's doing, but he looks epic doing it. That's all I can say to that, folks. But listen, as I was saying, I am working on new music, okay? So, that being said, yes, I always have visions of Rock Hero. I don't want it to just be a one-time thing. And yeah, some dreams are in the making, and we'll see what I do with that. Whether it be a sequel, whether it be an album, whether it be music videos for the album, whether it be a concept album, I don't know. It's all gonna be cool. I've already said too much though, so I'm just gonna cut myself off right here before I say too much more. And we're gonna log off here. Go check out the most epic music video that you'll ever see in your life, and the music video that's going to change your life and change the industry and turn it back to the rock and the glory days of the 80s. It's going to bring it back, baby. Go check it out. It's called Rock Hero.
Sebastian Troncaso has donated CLP 1000.
Sebastian! Man, on theme with the pair and everything. Thank you so much, Sebastian. Appreciate you hanging out tonight. But anyways, yes, go check out Rock Hero by me, Rikki Thrash. It's on YouTube, on my channel, just one click away. And also do me a favor, guys. I want you to hit that like button. Smash it with all your might, okay? Because that helps the algorithm, as the kids call it. It helps the algorithm, and it helps the video go everywhere. Okay? So I want you to do that right now with all your might. Just smash that like button, and that'll help me out a ton. If you're on Twitch, then give me a follow. Next thing, next thing for the agenda will be, as you know, next Wednesday night at 9 p.m. every week, live here on stream. And I look forward to the next one. Thanks so much for hanging out. And but listen, love you guys. I'm logging off. I need to go get some sleep and start making some new music. So that's all I got for you. Rock on, as always. You guys are awesome. I'll see you later. You rock.